Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, DeAndre.
Baby, boys and girls, children of all ages, do not adjust your sets. It is, without a doubt, a fucking non-compliance here, and we back in this bitch.
Goddamn right. That man chuckling in the background is the last standing Simone Big Rig Nick Utam.
I've been in quarantine for 637 days. What is it? Is it Monday yet? What day of the week is it?
If you've been in quarantine for almost 2 years, I have some bad news for you, bro. It's not coronavirus. It's AIDS.
Oh God. Oh God.
Whoops.
It finally happened.
Yeah. And then finally, American Ramrod Kendo Slice.
All out of fucks to give because for the next 5 days, I ain't got shit to do.
Well, it is no secret that you are the hardest working man here on World Class Bullshitters. Dion, you're a close second. I'm just an asshole. No, Kendo, you've been going through some extra serious shit at your day job, so you have my sympathy.
We talk all the time.
Yeah. Well, at least you don't wear polka dots and hang out with a lady named Sapphire.
Yeah, true. Things could be worse.
There's always time for something else.
That's true. Now, speaking of something else, folks, tonight is a celebration night. This is a big, monumentous episode. This is only episode 219, blah, 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 but it is finally our 160,000th subscriber special. Yes, 1,000. I can't say it right because I've been drinking. I'm excited, okay? So tonight is a drinking stream. We're having fun. I got me a Golden Road pineapple cart. Let's see what I got right here. Ba-boom. That is my drink of choice for tonight. I know the other guys are joining me. I got a copious amount of booze because we have been in a situation where YouTube kind of froze for a little bit. We haven't stopped, but it's nice to see a nice upswing. What do we got there, Kendo? Ooh, Space Campfire? Is that what this is?
I have a Boulevard Brewing Company from Kansas City, Missouri. Space Camper Cosmic IPA. It's an India Pale Ale. Juicy Hop Blast is what it's called.
Hoppy. Dion, what you drinking tonight, buddy?
And juicy.
Oh, I am drinking a local delicious piece. Lansing Angry Mayor, boys and girls. It's a local IPA from here in the great Mitten state of Michigan.
Michigan.
Oh, nice.
What about you, Nick?
I got my Creature Comforts Athenia, beer of the gods.
Beer of the gods. So let's do what we always do first, though, folks. Before we get into this special episode, let's thank our newest patrons. So we do have new content over on Patreon. Right now, we have Kendo. We did our wrestling podcast this past week, which was a lot of fun as always. We're talking about Becky Lynch and how she got M-Preg by Seth Rollins.
Knocked up.
Yeah. Now, we do have a couple new...
Car's excited.
That car is excited, dude. So excited, in fact, that I'm going to ignore that piece of shit. I will say briefly, Jesse was recording a video yesterday, and this motorcycle came up, and it stopped, and it kept revving its engine, and she was just like, shut the fuck up! It was so fucking funny. There's a video of it somewhere. I think it's going to be on our Patreon page, so I'll tell you. I'm in the background laughing my ass off the whole time, because I'm like, oh, God, what's
I'll
happening?
buy that for $1.
Yeah. So, we want to thank our newest patrons. First off, we have Chewbacca51.
Oh, great name. Great name.
Love it.
Agreed. We also have our friend Tony Tone Deaf. We also have Blue Poo. And just in case we didn't mention it last week, Esca Monofono. So, folks, thank you for backing us over on Patreon. We've been giving you guys extra content every week. Tonight we will have World Class Bullshitters After Hours, which is, the spicier show. Plus, we talk about stuff that's a little different from the channel. Now, also, I do have another announcement I've told the guys. We're not only celebrating 160,000 subscribers, World Class Bullshitters is officially a business. Yes, that is no longer a dream of ours. We're no longer just some guys on the internet. We're official. So you're going to be hearing some exciting new things coming from us soon. And speaking of exciting, folks, if you backed the comic, I got the proofs in the mail. I took care of everything, finalized it, and I should have books at the end of the month. And they're not just reprints. They're thicker, fatter, better books with more content. Yeah,
just the way she likes them.
Yeah, just the way she likes them.
Yeah.
So
Girthy.
Yeah, girthy. It is the girthiest comic book you will find from this community. So if you have backed the book, You will be getting it relatively soon. I'll be sharing images as soon as I get them. They did contact me and say, where will you be putting your skid at? And I was like, fuck, I don't have space for a skid of comic books. So we're going to have to figure out where we're putting this damn lot of books. But there will be some extra. So we won't have to worry about people that missed out on the first printing opportunity. There's a few left over. So we'll be reopening that back up, and it'll go a lot smoother this time, because sometimes the companies you deal with are crappy, and then you deal with these newer companies that I found, and they are world-class in terms of customer service and efficiency. So that is who we'll be dealing with exclusively moving forward. Now, while that is taken care of, what else did I want to announce tonight? I don't know. Let's just have fun. So we'll be drinking tonight. We'll be playing the drinking game like we always do. So if Swinging Cod's here and you want to kill us, that's fine. What else do I got going on in life? Actually, I'm going on a hike tomorrow because they're opening up California slowly, minus the whole 3 new months of stay-at-home orders.
Oh yeah. You guys are there until like the summer, right? You can't go anywhere.
Yeah, well, LA County is 3 more months, but I think the rest is still kind of opening up. Yeah,
LA County until the end of July, which is where I am. Dion, what's your governor doing? Isn't she threatening you guys with more time?
Yep. Well, people keep fucking getting together. There was a little tiny protest again today, which, nothing was going on. Plus, it was raining, so people were kind of not getting rowdy. But yeah, I mean, the rumor is, because we got extended last week to the 28th of May, so hopefully this shit won't get extended again.
I'm just learning from Jesse that they're changing our rules about face coverings. They're getting stricter now.
You now have to have one every time you leave your house.
Damn.
If you're outside and you're walking, there's no one nearby, that's fine. But if you're going to go pass by somebody, or
the thing that's this is going to suck.
So, like, you go pick up Uber Eats or something, you got to put it on.
I'll deal with that. Folks, wish me luck. Luckily, that this whole beer bug shit does not affect the channel whatsoever. So we'll just keep moving forward. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it either. But I guess Wisconsin got rid of everything last night.
Yeah, the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court got rid of it. So
yeah,
only they have to go through the legislature now in order to pass any new measures.
So poor Veronica. Poor Veronica.
It's fucking Wisconsin. Like what's up there? Cheeseheads and green grass. I mean, they're gonna be fine. It's okay.
Yeah, they hate each other anyway. Fuck them.
Now, speaking of hate, Dion, Nick,
yes.
Kendo, I got something I want to talk about that I hate real quick.
Oh God.
I absolutely hate movie remakes.
Yes.
And now we got another one coming out today. They just announced more shit. I don't care about cinema.
Live action Hercules?
Screw you guys. No, they're remaking Scarface again. Today, God. Universal's Scarface reboot just took a major step forward.
Okay, so are they remaking the 80s one or the 20s one?
Sure as hell they're remaking the 80s one, because look, I'd say 7 out of 10 people don't even realize the 80s one's a remake.
No, they don't. They really don't.
The thing. So now we're going to have this Al Pacino light version. The thing is, folks, when you reach iconic status, there's no reason to do it again. You never need to remake Scarface, Back to the Future, Lord of the Rings, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. There's just no reason to remake those. Yet, alas, they are. And it sucks. So, what do you guys think of this? Nick, you're a filmmaker. What do you think of remakes?
Remakes are dog shit. And I only allow three remakes in my life because they improved upon previous properties. The Blob from '88.
Yes.
The Fly, the Cronenberg Fly, and then The Thing. Because if you look at the previous versions of those movies, yeah, they're great, they're iconic, but like the newer ones are just better. They're just way more fun. But this is unneeded entirely because, I mean, if like as soon as you hear the movie name Scarface, you should know exactly what it is because you've at least seen it once in your life. You need to, because it's just about a guy coming over from Cuba to Miami to become the biggest drug lord with the largest pile of cocaine in front of him ever seen on TV. I mean,
the world is his, Chico.
Yeah, the world. Yeah, the world. Yeah, the world is his. I mean, like it's a crazy, ridiculous, fun movie, and I mean, the fact that they're trying to remake it and trying to capture, I guess, magic in a bottle again or whatever the hell, it just speaks to how desperate Hollywood is and how much they don't understand their audience and how much they're willing to lose financially to keep perpetuating these IPs that nobody cares about and frankly are just fine the way they are.
My question is, how woke will it be?
Yeah, Kendo, that's the question on everybody's mind. Somebody said they're going to call it Scar Crotch, and it's going to be a transgender gangster from Cuba.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, maybe not. In 2020, anything's possible. The world got shut down.
Scar Crotch. Jesus.
I mean,
Now, Dion,
I'd have laughed at it. Yeah.
I have a question. When I think of the movie Scarface, I think of one word. What is it?
Fuck.
You know it. What is it? I'll give you a hint. What's the song from Scarface we always sing when we're drinking?
Oh, lemon!
Thank you.
I almost fucked up there. I had to take a second. Yeah.
Okay.
You mentioned drinking. I'm like, oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I figured it's a celebration night. Kendo's got a couple days off, so he can hang in a little longer and have a couple more. You're somehow a mythical beast that can be trashed at 3 a.m. and up for work at 5 and sober. So I don't know how you do it, but I'm a little jealous.
Everyone's got that card. I get a refill about once or twice a month. I can pull that shit off. So you gotta save them for when it's a good time, boy.
Yeah, it is one of those nights. So this isn't really our whole function of the show. Sorry, our biggest feature of the show tonight. So I just wanted to share this with you because here we go again, folks. You think, oh, Hollywood's going to shift gears. We're going to change. We're going to be better on the other side of this beer bug. And guess what? We have more stupid, pointless remakes and more identity politics on the other side of the virus.
Oh man, I don't know. Hopefully, one studio gets smart and starts making solid stories with smaller budgets and showing Hollywood to go fuck themselves and just being like, oh yeah, we know what we're doing now because the world has changed. There's a new normal. So,
well, they're gonna have to because when this loses a bunch of money, they're running out of excuses to sit there with these surprised looks on their face, like, oh my god, how'd this happen? Because this is gonna, and they do the same shit they did with Ocean's 8. I'm sure it'll be. A woman from fucking Afghanistan or something. I don't fucking know. And, it'll be the same type of shit. No one's going to go see it, because they'll change one crucial part of the movie that makes it even dumber than the idea of remaking it in the first place. And it's going to lose 40, 50, 60 million dollars. So when that happens, everyone's going to be like, oh my God, what did we do wrong? And everyone's going to look back at him and say, it's dumb shit. That's what you did. You had another dumb idea, and they're not going to be able to blame it on Man Baby's not going to be able to blame it on the fans because it's going to be shit'll either be back to where people go to the theaters or it's going to be VOD because again no one's going to really want to show it maybe. And then it's going to be like, well, why? How were you not able to convince people to pay money to see this? Everyone had all the incentive in the world getting back to fucking normal, and you fucked it up. And then we're going to be back at square one. And some chunk of studio is going to go under. A bunch of people are going to be out of their fucking jobs. And we're going to say, we tried to fucking tell you, boy. And the process will begin.
To be fair, they will definitely be able to blame white guys. They will try because that is the one card that they can play every time. Everyone's like, yeah, they're right.
Nope. No one. The only people that are saying they're right are people who write for fucking Esquire and comicbooks.com or comicbookrant.com. And Vox. No one else is saying that shit. I mean, if there's any proof of that, they tried that with fucking Charlie's Angels. And outside of fucking Comic Book Rant, everyone was like, the movie was fucking terrible. And especially now with, channels like ours, or even people who specifically do movie reviews, those channels that reviewed Charlie's Angels and shit, they're getting millions of views. They're getting hundreds of thousands of views. So, the plank is getting a hell of a lot shorter for that card. And by the time, if Scarface comes out, that's just going to be damn near gone, man. I mean, it's that card is getting less viable. I mean, if you're not watching fucking Lifetime and reading Comic Book Rant, you don't buy that shit. You were able to see with your eyeballs because you're an intelligent human being that movie's fucking terrible. And, it's just hilarious that Elizabeth Banks had to learn that the hard way.
Oh god, dude. And every interview she did so much work. She's like, I was the executive producer, I was a producer, I acted, I did this. I'm like, why are you working so hard to bring back a movie that nobody wanted?
Well, and we say all the time,
did it, and he's a legend.
Well, not everyone's sure that he's actually human, so there's a little bit of context there.
That's true.
You
He's the only
He's Asian. He's from New
lizard.
Orleans.
He's the only
He's
lizard
right.
person in existence. That's what he is. He's a lizard person.
Yeah, he better hope that $700,000 check that he lost doesn't fucking bounce back. But and that's how you know it's gonna fail again, because she was a classic example, Elizabeth Banks, that is, of putting all her eggs in that basket. I directed it. I helped write it. I pushed for this movie. I'm starring in it. I'm fucking Bosley. The next schmuck who's doing Scarface is gonna do the same shit, even if they somehow don't make it this, wannabe woke showcase. It's gonna end up like the new Superfly. It's gonna be this weird, fucking. This is the new age tale of Scarface. Like, bitch, what is there new age to tell about a dude with a mountain of cocaine going crazy and getting killed in the end? There's nothing new age about it.
Well, the thing is, that's the point. The final point I want to make personally is Scarface's identity is so entrenched in 1980s. In the 1980s, that there's nothing that you can bring to it. I mean, hip hop culture in the early 2000s was built around Scarface. You had Vice City, which is an amalgamation of Scarface and Miami Vice, the show, and the music, the suits, the iconography. I can't say that word. Iconography. There we go. I got it.
There you go.
But no, all this
There
stuff
you
is just so dripping with 1980s flair that there's no reason to do it, because it's like a Back to the Future where the decade is part of its identity, because we don't even deal with cocaine smuggling the same way as we used to in the 1980s. I mean, technology's advanced. Smuggling comes from different parts of the world. I mean, the cocaine tower, the cocaine mountains are such an iconic part of the movie. What's it going to be? Mexican cartel bringing in heroin or something? I don't even know.
No. They're gonna be stealing Bitcoin. That's what's gonna be.
You know what? Just remake the movie Hackers, and everybody can just shut the fuck up. How's that?
Here's the thing. You could make it Hackers 2, and it'd still be relevant, entirely relevant.
Yeah, well,
Hackers 2, Bitcoin Boogaloo.
So, that is my final point I wanted to make to that. We're going to talk about Bat Pat in a second, but we had quite a few super chats rolling. I don't want the audience to have to wait. So, thank you guys. Let's see. Where did I have that? Right here. So, first off, our friend. Who was the first one that sent it in? Our friend, the Fixer. He's like the first one every week. Thanks, Fixer. He says, G-Man, what would you want nudged? Fans, competent Disney. G-Man, that would be considered large nudge. Too large given the interest of my employers. I don't think we're ever going to see a competent Disney G-Man or the Fixer, especially after we have information that theme parks may not open until 2021. They're losing all this money. They're $11 billion more in debt. Well, they had a new $11 billion debt offering. And
That's a shame.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm so upset. Can you not hear the stress?
And you love Lisa so much.
How will I sleep tonight?
Very peacefully, I hope.
Yes, very, very indeed.
I mean, personally, I'll probably be fairly drunk by the time I get to Jesse's stream, so I'll just crash out.
Hopefully you don't sneeze like that.
I don't either. Deadeye says, say, Jeff, I found this amazing cardboard box the other day, and it comes with a pack of 6. Can I interest you in it for $60? So, folks, I've been doing more video content. We had a really big upswing, especially with the Star Wars toy stuff. So we put out a new one today. And I've seen a lot of strange things in chronicling Star Wars toys. I've seen shit that sat on the shelves for 5 years. I've seen damaged toys that never sell. I've seen brand new shit that it gets cleared instantly. But I've never seen Disney Star Wars try to sell you $60 cardboard cutouts.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, $60 for a Baby Yoda cardboard cutout. Not a giant Darth Vader or a cardboard cutout that's life-size of the Millennium Falcon. It's literally 4 18-inch cardboard cutouts of Baby Yoda.
For $60? What the?
For $60.
I can go get those made at Staples like for less money than that.
Yeah, it's Baby Yoda. It's not like it's a whole lot of cardboard.
Yeah, that's true.
Not a whole lot of character either.
Give me some broth, goddammit.
Yeah. Look, I enjoy the Mandalorian quite a bit. I don't want to sit here and act like I hate it all of a sudden because they haven't done anything to make me dislike it. It's all about what's presented on screen. I didn't prejudge The Rise of Skywalker. We can go back and watch our old videos. I said, if it's good, it's good. We'll say it's good. We'll admit it's good. It wasn't.
It was not.
Yeah. Same with Captain Marvel. We said, hey, if it's good, we'll say it was. It was not.
Again, no.
But the
Drinking, judging things after experience, things only the Sith know.
I know. I guess. So if there's a rule of 2, well, I guess that would make you Darth Vader, Dion, since I'm Sidious.
Yeah, I think that fits. Fits our narrative pretty good.
Yeah, you know what?
We can be the Mall brothers.
The Mall Brothers,
The Mall Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
their band name back on Coruscant, the Mall Brothers.
The Mall.
Top half and you're the bottom half, Dion. I'll draw.
Yeah,
Now I just want to make. I want to make that cartoon. That's all I want to do now.
you play
Just make a
banjo.
t-shirt.
You play banjo. I'll play drums.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, these last 2 super chats we were supposed to drink for. Those are 2 fivers.
Okay.
Oh, shitter, dog. Get my angry mayor.
Logan Michael Anti Funko Pops. Thank you very much. He says, I feel like we should make a holiday. Dion Day shall take place on November 1st. If you know, you know. Everyone prays to a little horse statue.
And then this one, weighing in at the heavyweight limit, a little bit over, Dion Green, and celebrating Dion Day.
Thank you, Kennedy.
Thank you, Kennedy. Shit, I mean Green. I mean Dion.
But Logan Michael, we could do that. Or Dion, should we move it to a little later in November? Maybe your birthday is officially Dion Day. It's only
I'd say about 9 more days. I think would be very fitting.
I do too. I feel like I'll get my next beer preemptively ready. That was a tenner from Logan Michael, so that's half.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
Bush.
Oh, by the way, folks, I guess I'll make this announcement now. I'll make it again. Oh, excuse me. This coming Tuesday, we won't have a regular High Council. What that means, oh, no, Jeff, no High Council. Why not? Well, I have something even better planned. This is the first public announcement I've made. I saw Tom from Midnight's Edge After Dark in the chat. But Tom had a fantastic idea. And not only did he have a great idea, he had a great way to implement it, and he's made it possible. We're having an international edition of the High Council on Thursday. Now you're thinking,
Fancy.
yeah, fancy. Check this out, though. It's on European time zones because we have foreign guests. So we'll be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. Pacific, which sucks for me, but I don't care. It's for the channel. I'll just get up super early and make a shitload of coffee. But
There you go. There you go.
But here's the guests we have so far locked in. We have Mahler.
Oh.
We have the Critical Drinker. And we have
Ooh,
Andre from Midnight.
Channel.
Yeah, and we have Andre from Midnight's Edge. The voice.
Damn, that is a lineup. God damn it.
Yes. So I'm just letting you guys know, folks in the chat, spread the word. Tell everyone in the Fandom Menace. There will not be a High Council on Tuesday night because Thursday is going to be a super mega edition of the High Council with European flair. And then, guys, we'll talk about timing about the podcast and stuff. We may do a double stream. We may not. Who knows? But all I want to tell you guys in the chat is be excited because this is going to be an awesome High Council. And it's also going to have Tom as well as myself. Now, if Mecca's awake, obviously she's part of the show. But if she's not, it'll be Tom and I representing the Americas, and then Mahler, Andre, and the Critical Drinker from other parts of the world. So that will be next Thursday, May 21st. That's how time works, right? At 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. Pacific. It's early. I know it might suck for some people, but you want to catch it live because that's how we can do these great events. Got to catch them live, make them, so European edition, baby. Maybe I'll watch European Vacation to get in the right mindset.
There you go.
Yeah.
What a great movie. Thank you, though, Logan Michael Anti-Funko Pops. Modalicious sends in a $5. Guys, he says, Skinny Batman. Guess who else does not want wimpy superheroes? Everyone! Power fantasy dudes and people attracted to men will not see your movie. Jesse, will you go see? Do you want to see Bat Pat weighing in at 135 pounds?
No.
That's a no.
If I could fall on a guy and crush him to death, I don't want to watch him be an action star.
Now, word on the street is you went and saw Aquaman because you think Jason Momoa is a good-looking dude.
Yep.
Okay. And you weren't interested in the movie outside of him, right? Until you
Well,
saw
I
it.
went and saw it.
So there we go.
I do love Batman, period. But this is worse for me then because I love Batman. Very into Batman and the way he's been presented. I do not want to see Batman.
Now, have you guys seen this article, this interview with Robert Pattinson, how he refuses to work out for the Batman?
I did see that, particularly because he shot his own photos for GQ, which is probably the most airheaded actor thing I've ever seen in my goddamn life. But yeah, I'm on two fronts. One, he's full of shit, and he's doing this because he's doing that stupid GQ story. Or two, and this is something that we fucking cautioned against months ago when this news came out, that he's just being Robert fucking Pattinson. I fucking said it then. I just hope this dude doesn't become a problem, because he was, and rightfully so, shitting all over Twilight when he was a part of it. But again, you know, the second option is a scary one, because if he got fucking cast to be Batman, and essentially Batman in year one, it's like, fuck, man. You know, fucking diva actors, man. Goddamn diva actors. And the other side of that is that it doesn't make any fucking sense. Well, I don't want to set a precedent. Bitch, you're playing a crime fighter. Keyword, fighter.
Superhero, if you will.
Second adjective, play. What the fuck? Why would you not be buff? Why would you not be fucking in shape? That just doesn't make. What precedent are you worried about? That people who want to aspire to be crime fighters don't need to be in shape? Spoiler alert, motherfucker. Yes, you do. You need to be in shape to do anything. Hell, even if you're just doing a regular ass college security job, your ass needs to be in shape. Why? Because if your job, or in this case, hobby of fighting crime, involves beating up on people, or the possibility you just fucking might beat up on people, you need to be able to do that, because that's your job. And trying to say that you're not setting a precedent is and I fucking hate saying stuff like this, but that's the most beta bullshit I've ever heard in my life. This isn't a popularity thing. This isn't some unreal expectations. He's a fucking superhero. And this is the same reason why the fucking the thick chick for the New Wars or whatever didn't make any sense. If you just making the effort to be a hero of any kind, and you can't hold your breath, or you're out of breath when you make it to the top of the fucking stairs, it's not fucking believable. And especially for Robert Pattinson, who already comes off as a pussy because of Twilight. Bitch, you need to do some push-ups because you're Batman. Fucking do it. Stop being a diva. Just fucking do it. If not, set the fuck off so they can go get Ben McKenzie like I wanted in the first fucking place.
Ooh,
stop being a little bitch about this. God, the precedent. What does that even mean? What precedent? I'm going to be depressed because Robert No. I take that back. I'm going to be enlightened and inspired because Robert Pattinson put his foot down. I'm not going to do sit-ups and push-ups and lift weights to be Batman. I don't want people to be like, oh, I should have to do this. Bitch, you should have to do this. Anyone out there, if you want to do, even if you don't want to be a superhero, you just want to, be good in your community and take care of that old lady who every once in a while can't take her fucking groceries up to her goddamn apartment. Fucking do a bunch of push-ups, because if shit goes down and she gets her ass whooped, she's not going to say, hey, thanks, man, for not fucking setting a bad pressure. She's going to say, no, motherfucker. Where were you? You were right there. Maybe you did some fucking push-ups. I would have a broken fucking hip right now. Stop being a bitch, Pattinson. Stop being a bitch. Just do the goddamn push-ups and be Batman and stop being a beta bitch. Please.
You're 100% right, dude.
Well, I'm gonna do push-ups right now, and then I'll come back to this. No, I'm kidding. I like sitting in this chair and drinking beer.
We're not superheroes. We're not paid millions of dollars to star in a superhero film.
No, we're not. And even then, like like Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth were both complaining about being happy that Marvel's over, because they hated the workout routines, because they were in the gym like 6 to 8 hours a day, maybe longer, and all they were eating were like skinless boiled chicken breast with green beans or shit. That was their lunch all the time, so they could look the way they did in the movie. They hated it. They fucking hated it, man. Like but then they did it anyways because they wanted to look good for the movie. They wanted to be the superheroes. They wanted to set a precedent and look like a fucking superhero. But yeah, Robert Pattinson, all you've got is Twilight. People are making fun of you because of that. Now you're just, and now it seems rightfully so, because even now it's like, oh, give him a break. He might do good. He's actually a good actor. But if he's going to be this much of a bitch about it, just step off, man.
I think diva is a good word to describe him.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. Like be like Billy Zane, who got fucking swole for the Phantom. That dude was like, I don't want to wear a muscle suit. I want to actually look like the character. And obviously because muscle suits, they restrict a lot of motion. He looked fucking awesome in the Phantom. Yeah, fucking buff as shit. Like sometimes precedent is a good thing. Stop being a bitch, Pattinson. Jeez.
Yeah, what is it? Zachary Levi did the exact same thing for Shazam, and then you had the guy from Silicon Valley, Kunal Najani, who worked out like crazy. To be in the Marvel show. And it's just like, fucking do it.
Yeah.
Kendo, what do you think?
I personally am just excited that I get a Batman that sparkles.
I'm waiting for that goddamn.
I don't really give a shit about anything else. I just want a sparkly Batman, my own gaped crusader.
Well, the one thing I want to make a point, Metal Mario brought this to my attention. I mean, Tobey Maguire was a vegan when doing Spider-Man, and he beefed up like a real man. Tobey Maguire did. In the first Spider-Man movie, the thing is, folks, you're playing a superhero. It comes with the territory. When you pick up any how to draw a comic book, superheroes, female anatomy, all this shit, it's always how to draw, these larger than life, physical specimens. Remember that scene in Captain America: The Winter Soldier when the guy, what's his name from the Apple store, is like, you're a specimen and all that stuff. They're superheroes. I get it. Everyone wants to say, well, it's his first year, Jeff. He's not supposed to be buff. Did we not watch Christian Bale start out as not Batman and become Batman in Batman Begins? And
yes,
that look. Did we not see him train? Did we not see him do all this stuff? Look, if this new Batman movie is going to be some dick in his basement that becomes Batman because he's got an internet connection and some money, I'm going to be pissed.
Listen.
What?
Listen, and I'm going off your point because I think you hit it the nail on the fucking head. Everyone's saying that, and they're honestly very few of those people that are our fan base. But everyone that just happened to come on our video because it's live and we're the fucking shit, if you think that it's acceptable for someone, well, he's Batman, he's not going to be ripped, get the fuck out of here, because it doesn't make sense. Get that. Super was a dumb fucking movie. Kick-Ass was entertaining. Okay, but even then, you had fucking Hit Girl and Big Daddy who were fucking in shape. Fucking, what was the other one? Blank Man is it's funny, but it's a comedy. Get it out of your fucking head. Some shit is non-negotiable. If it is a serious superhero movie, you're buff. Someone who you are supposed to take serious, who considers themselves the world's greatest detective, the perfect physical shape, the perfect human, they're going to be fucking buff. It's not just a look thing. If you can fight all night dudes who want to kill you, you're in shape. When you're in shape, you fucking look it. It's not fucking brain science out of some mystical fucking hills in a kung fu movie. There's a reason why athletes look a certain way. Even the fucking fat ones, offensive line, they're buff motherfuckers. They're in shape. Their body is made for explosions, controlled explosions, multiple times, essentially like sprinting. Get that shit out of your head. This isn't a fucking late 2000s coming of age teenager movie. That shit doesn't exist. That dumb shit where it's some scrawny dude who, isn't really in shape and is beating on people twice his size. That shit doesn't exist. There's a reason why those movies aren't mega blockbusters, because it's not believable. No matter how entertaining they are, no matter how many times your girlfriend tells you that after she gets done listening to Two Girls, One Cup, it doesn't fucking exist. I'm sorry. Get it out of your fucking head.
Oh God, I forgot about that video.
Also, if you're listening to Two Girls, One Cup, that's still disgusting.
It is. Now, let's read some of his quotes, because it's not about this. And plus, there's another great Robert Pattinson story. Thanks, Tom, for reminding me about it. I read it to Jesse this morning about how this motherfucker can't even cook. He blew up his own microwave.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, we'll get to it in a minute. Don't worry. I promise.
Okay. All right, fine.
We're gonna show what a great hero Robert Pattinson is. He not only refuses to work out to be Batman, who doesn't have superpowers, as our friend, who did I put there on the screen? Our friend Speed Boost lets everyone know Batman doesn't have superpowers. He has to work for this shit. So whatever. Anyway, long story short, Robert Pattinson explains why he's refusing to work on the movie. So I'm just gonna read the quotes. And he says, "I think if you're working out all the time, you're part of the problem. You set a precedent. No one was doing this in the 70s. Even James Dean, he wasn't exactly ripped. Now, here's the thing. First off, James Dean died in.
He was dead by the 70s.
He died in the 50s.
Yeah, he did.
Wasn't he in three? Wasn't he in 3 movies?
4,
Yes.
I think.
He was in what? Not Big Bear. That's a grocery store. Big Sur is a place. Giant, right? That's the movie he's in. Giant.
Yeah.
He's in Giant, Rebel Without a Cause, and something else.
East of Eden and Finding Jack.
That sounds about right.
So, it's funny that somebody like Robert Pattinson looks to James Dean as this icon. Some would argue, well, Robert, why don't you follow in his footsteps? But we'll talk about that at a later date. But another thing I want to bring up, you set a precedent. No one was doing this in the 1970s. There was a little film in 1978 called Superman, and Christopher Reeve did bulk up at the help of Darth Vader, David Prowse, and there's a different precedent set. Arnold Schwarzenegger was performing his bodybuilding stuff in the 70s. We had Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk in the 70s. We did have this precedent, Robert, especially in superheroes. Conan the Barbarian in the early 80s. We had into the 90s, Wesley Snipes would play, because let's be honest, as much as we all love Michael Keaton Batman, he was just a thin guy, okay shaped, but the suit is what really made him Batman. But we have different standards today.
Yeah, I mean, even the 80s movies that we all know and love. I mean, look at Commando, look at all that shit. They were all these buff dudes who constantly worked out. Look at the Predator scene, the fucking Predator scene with both their arms. Those are fucking huge arms. You don't just not work out and get arms like that, okay? That's not how that shit works.
And shit, so many fucking movies, blaxploitation. Fucking Fred Williamson was a huge star because he was a big, bad, buff-looking motherfucker. Fucking every goddamn kung fu movie in the 70s, dummy. Bruce Lee, the biggest part of his whole philosophy, which blew up in the, guess what, Robert, 70s, was about being in shape. The dude would get up and run 5 miles every fucking day. I mean, dude, Black Belt Jones, all these guys being buff and able to actually fight was a huge thing. And Max Mercer, there's a whole scene in Spider-Man specifically about his body change after he get bit by the spider and how fucking swole he was. That's one of the reasons why Andrew fucking Garfield was a believable Spider-Man, because he was a scrawny ass, annoying ass looking kid who was just kind of like lean and had shitty hair. So that's one reason why they don't fucking, no one likes these Spider-Man. But the other point being, that's just not right. It's just the 70s was huge, especially when working out blew up in the 70s because of Arnold Schwarzenegger and former football players getting into fucking movies, other athletes getting into movies. It's just, he's just wrong. He's just plain fucking wrong.
Yeah, here's the thing. The movie could be great. We're going to reserve our judgment. None of us here on the channel are saying this movie sucks ass already. No. What I'm saying, though, is this is really a bad time for Robert. This is a dumb thing for Robert Pattinson to say. I mean, if you're a guy that's going to play, I don't even know if it's up for debate anymore, the biggest superhero ever, I guess by some recent poll, it's still Superman, but Batman's right there with him. If Superman gets, 40% of the vote, Batman probably gets the other 40% and something else, and the rest are Marvel characters. The point I'm trying to get at, though, is Batman and Superman are the two most iconic American superheroes. They've been around since the 30s. They have been in countless films, TV shows, radio dramas, movie serials, TV cartoons, serials themselves. Everything. These characters are a part of American life, and they have a certain look. I'm going to pull up an image real quick. This is from Batman issue number 1000, which is a fairly recent comic. They show Batman. It's a modern representation of Batman through the ages, but guess what? There's one thing in common. What? Tell me what's in common with these photos, guys, about the shape of Batman.
Motherfucking abs.
Yeah, he fucking works out.
Yeah, he's clearly in shape.
So, like I said, folks, we're not passing judgment completely on the film, just talking about the situation. Seriously, we're just
and like I said before, the first possibility is him trolling, which I could see that happening. I wouldn't be surprised. But again, I just hate that, like. And listen, man, body positivity is awesome. I understand it. It's great to be positive and be like, hey, people have shit going on in their lives, all this, that, and the other. And other people have, medical conditions, emotional stuff. I understand all that. But this ain't a fucking therapy movie, son. is supposed to be a Batman movie, okay? And just some things are believable. There's a reason, so many reasons why sports athletes are idolized in popular culture because they fucking look fantastic. And it's not about, setting a precedent where it's an unreal vision of something. No, sometimes if you are just a dude who's fighting crime every fucking night, you're gonna start looking a certain way. And again, not saying this is supposed to be a fucking biography of a person who fought fucking crime, but to make it believable, you're Batman. His biggest weapon is the utilization of fear. You're not going to be afraid of a scrawny ass dude with a British accent who doesn't want to hurt anybody's fucking feelings. No, you're going to be scared of a motherfucker who is swole and he fucking grabs you and you're like, God damn, that dude is strong as hell. That's just, it's believable. That's the character. It's not about hurting people's feelings. It's hurting their goddamn spines when you punch them in them because you don't have a protein deficiency. Okay, just cut that shit out.
I mean, even Adam West had was in good shape. Yeah, the suit wasn't complimentary, but you can look at pictures of Adam West on the set of Batman, and he's in shape. He's not some schlubby dude in a bat suit. It's not, the four of us, none of us should play Batman. We're not in that shape yet. Maybe in a couple years, we still shouldn't be Batman because we don't look the part. That's the point I do want to make. None of us look the part of Batman. Anyway, point is, Robert Pattinson, shut the fuck up. There's a lot to him that I don't like. And I think it was Rob from Midnight's Edge made a point that this piece of information from Robert Pattinson goes to show you that Warner Brothers was trying to do one thing, and that is cash in on the Twilight hype. This movie is not about Batman. It's how can we get more women to see superhero films. So instead, DC's taken a different approach from Marvel. Marvel's gone woke. They want to appeal to some weirdos that have blue and purple hair, and their wives have boyfriends and shit like that. But DC has taken a different approach. It's like this truck outside that I want to just blow up. Hold on. Okay. Anyway, DC's taken the approach of, hey, let's get guys that women want to watch on screen to play superheroes. Guys will come in based on the IP, and then women will come because they'll swoon over the guy. That's an old business tactic that has worked in the past, and they're trying it again. But when it's worked in the past, like we'll use Jason Momoa or Ryan Reynolds or Hugh Jackman or the motorcycle driver outside of my apartment. Those guys can not only act, but they also brought some masculinity to the role. I'm not here to talk about who's manly or Robert Pattinson or whatever, but it's not Robert Pattinson. He's got this typecasting as Edward from the sparkly vampire movie Twilight. He will always be that. He might be the world's greatest actor, but he's still that character to millions of people because it was so popular. And Warner Brothers knows that, and Warner Brothers wants to cash in on that. They figure the little girls that were watching Twilight growing up are now adults, and they think, well, Edward was cute back in the day. He still looks good now. I'll go see Batman. And that's just I think that's a damaging business technique at the end of the day.
Yeah, and even if it is, which I definitely agree that it's definitely it. Even if for devil's advocate's sake, they're getting him because he's got a little bit of a fucking edge to him. You don't want a dude who's sabotaging the goddamn movie before it comes out. Which I would like to think they kind of anticipated him being a bit of a diva before all this beer flu shit went down. But even so, it's like, someone who did the same thing with Brie after she was running her mouth. So say, listen, man, you were contracted to do a fucking job. Okay. You were paid this amount of money. Part of your contract is to fucking do this thing in preparation for this fucking role. Either fucking do it or we're moving on. I'm not saying they're going to do that, but this type of shit is in the goddamn contract. Make no mistake about it. He's, him getting on his seatless bicycle for a fucking GQ article isn't going to stop that. Either you're going to do what we told you to do for the sake of this role, or you're fucking not. Plain and simple. You're not Marlon Brando, son. You ain't getting out of this shit. So shut up and do it.
Now, there's a little more to this Robert Pattinson drama. This is kind of funny. And yes, Speed Boost, you're quickly becoming the MVP of this stream in the chat. He says, Christian Bale, Tom Hardy, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Chris Pratt are all real men who put in the work to transform themselves into characters they were hired to play. I put my own emphasis on the word hired because look at Chris Pratt. Kind of a schlubby looking dude on Parks and Rec. Comedy. comedy actor, comes in to play Star-Lord, becomes an action star, keeps it up for all the both Guardians films, 2 Avengers films, Jurassic World movies. I mean, he is now a bona fide action star. Yes, he's still funny, but he takes the role seriously. And I think that's what it all boils down to at the end of the day. Taking this shit seriously. This is everyone's dream in Hollywood to get these huge roles. No, I mean, yeah, people want to act and they want to tell a story, but no one's going to say, oh, I don't want to play a role that's going to pay me millions of dollars and get me fame forever. I don't think anyone's going to say that. If Robert Downey Jr., I'm sure he loved playing Iron Man because it made him rich beyond his wildest beliefs. Plus, in his case, probably an easy paycheck because a lot of Iron Man is CGI, the actual Iron Man itself. And, he's just a world-class actor who has been down and basically worked his way back up to the top. And I think people that actually face real adversity and overcome it are so much more grateful than the people who kind of get famous young and just douche their way through life.
Well, and that's even a better example, because, in terms of working to get back, he got in fucking shape for Sherlock Holmes. So, that makes sense on two sides of the goddamn two sides of the coin, excuse me, because part of that role was physical. And if you're the smartest mind in the world, or the smartest mind in England, rather, and you moonlight as a fucking bare knuckle boxer, you're going to fucking be a dude who's in shape. It's just, I understand, the body positivity thing. But again, if your character is doing a certain thing, it makes sense to say that he's going to look a certain fucking way. And it's not, and again, it's just living in that bubble, for a dude like Robert Pattinson, who for the most part, things came pretty easy for him. I'm not saying he never worked hard, but, falling backwards into Harry Potter, falling into Twilight, being made incredibly rich and famous off of that, and then having the opportunity to choose whatever movie he wanted essentially since 2010, whether that be Lighthouse, whether that be Necronopolis, whether that be Water for Elephants. That dude was able to do that because he was fucking worldwide famous, and he never really had to physically, in terms of preparation, put himself through something. Which again, I know that there are a lot of things that go into preparing as an actor, but if you choose to be Batman, it's a lot different than being playing the part of a rich yuppie who has a drug problem. You're fucking Batman. You're a dude, and this is why comic book characters are so deep. You're playing a dude whose trauma caused him to go off and fight crime every night. Who deals with his trauma by beating criminals unconscious and fucking throwing them in jail, and being ahead of the cops, and being smart, and being fast, and being the greatest detective mind on the planet. Things fucking work out in a way that it makes sense that your character is going to look a certain way. And he just, I think it's just a habit of his, if he's not trolling, that he hasn't really had to do that in real life, at least not for the last 15 years, and it's just living in that bubble. In this case, may hurt his fucking job. And it's fucking frustrating.
Well, Nick Kendo, is there anything else you want to add before we move on to what other faux pas Robert Pattinson has done lately?
No, not really.
Not really.
By the way, folks, if you're enjoying this show, hit that thumbs up button to let us know you like it. And we're celebrating 160,000 subscribers. So again, I want to thank everybody who is a part of the channel. We do it for you guys, but we couldn't do it without you as well. And I haven't regretted a single day of this. Long hours, short hours, whatever. It's been so much fun. The only regret I do have is it looks like this year there won't be a big fan meetup, but we'll make up for that next year. So, Robert Pattinson blew up his microwave while cooking pasta mid-interview.
Oh my god! I understand you're an actor, but what the fuck?
Well, let me read this.
Not doing a whole lot of justice for that whole stereotype of actors being dumb.
Oh, God.
Matt Damon. No, you're not. So quarantine cooking has been challenging for many, but Robert Pattinson had a particularly rough time when he blew up his microwave while demonstrating pasta recipe in the middle of an interview. According to a GQ profile, the actor had some trouble while trying to invent a pasta which you can hold in your hand. Now, first off, guys, there are a lot of problems in the world. We have to find a cure for cancer. We have to get over this quarantine shit. Do you think handheld pasta is at the top of anyone's list besides Robert Pattinson?
No. Who money makes you dumb?
No, it isn't.
Who does he think he is? Jennifer Lawrence? Shit.
Equally douchey in my book, but hey, whatever.
Well, no, she blew up the science oven in fucking American Hustle. So
Oh, I've never seen that.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie. It's really good. Yeah,
I'll give it a watch. I don't love her, but I respect her as an actor, but I don't like her.
That's her best movie for sure.
It is because she's in it the least.
Yeah.
So they don't make it into a thing about her like they did the X-Men?
Surprisingly not.
No, I think the best scene she has in the movie is when her and Amy Adams like make out in the bathroom. Yeah,
they don't make out. She has a fantastic line, and part of the dig of what she's saying to Amy Adams, she fucking kisses her and walks out. It's fucking dope. It's a great scene.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Well, she's a bitch in that movie too, which kind of I think she was good at it because she's kind of like that in real life.
Well, check this out. Robert Pattinson's douchiness goes further. In regards to the pasta, he even had an Italian name for the dish, Piccolini Cusino, or Little Pillow. Pattinson is known for his elaborate pranks, and writer GQ writer Zach Barron said he is still not sure whether the actor had an actual mishap or was trying to pull a fast one in their FaceTime interview. So first off, there's Batman. Look at that. He should play Salvador Dali.
He just needs a mustache. Just draw that shit on or get it made by some makeup company or whatever. Just do it.
So the British actor told the outlet he once asked himself, what if pasta really had the same kind of fast food credentials as burgers and pizza? Well, I was trying to figure out how to capitalize in that area of the market. He even designed a prototype and presented his business plan to Lily whatever, the founder of pasta restaurant Sugarfish. He went on to recreate the recipe in which a giant, filthy, dust-covered box of cornflakes, pre-sliced cheese, sauce, just any sauce, the actor said, sugar, penne, aluminum foil, and water, as per the Entertainment Weekly. After burning himself with the pasta fresh out of the microwave, Pattinson then accidentally lit one of his gloves on fire. He then wrapped the dish in even more aluminum foil, put it back in the microwave, which he assumed was an oven, not a microwave. Proudly, he is walking back towards the counter that his phone is on, and then he went behind him. A lightning bolt erupts from the oven/microwave. Pattinson ducks like someone outside has opened fire. He's giggling and crouching, and even throws off the oven throws off stray flickers of light and sound. The fucking electricity! Oh my god! Pattinson said as the microwave went dark with a loud bang. Yeah, I think I have to leave that alone. But that's Piccolina Casino, the actor said.
Yeah, that sounds like that was him trolling. That particular sounds like him being just a cheeky fucker on that one. I can't believe him being that fucking stupid. That's got to be him trolling for sure.
Yeah. You're putting a lot of aluminum foil on the bowl, putting it back in the microwave. I'm like, no. Maybe like he forgot a fork or something. That's believable. But like purposely putting aluminum foil on the damn thing and then putting it back in. No, I'm sorry.
All I know is that I'm going to be extra cautious moving forward. Thank you, Robert.
Oh my god! Like it's. I mean, if he is that dumb, which I kind of believe, I mean, then he's just that dumb, and he's just another actor who thinks who thinks people care about what he says and stuff like that, which nobody does. So, yeah,
that's just him fucking around for sure. That's got to be.
Unless it's Pasta Mania, we don't care.
Yeah, say that again,
brother.
Oh my god.
Okay, dude, do you have anything else you want to add about Robert Pattinson so we don't have to talk about him anymore tonight?
Attitudes like that is why your last girlfriend cheated.
I think Dion just stole it, so there we go.
Yeah. All right, folks. Moving forward.
Can't really dunk on him anymore after that one.
It's true. Now, I don't know if this will be the last Jedi of superhero films. I hope not. I do love Batman. It goes Spider-Man, Batman, and then everyone else for me. I just don't want to see Batman get that. I mean, I can't think. All my favorite things have been dicked over. We've seen James Bond cucked out, well, soon to be. We've seen Spider-Man turned into a joke. Now Batman. I can't think. Please never remake Back to the Future or Beverly Hills Cop.
Who owns the rights to that again?
Universal, but Bob Gale and Bob Zemeckis. So
okay, we need to convince them. Like once they're too old, they need to give us the rights, so it'll never be remade ever.
It would be awesome. You know what? If that was the case, we had that much power and they did it, I would never want to sell it.
No, never. No. There would be we'd have random pop-up showings like around the world at some point, like throughout the year, maybe, but that would be about it.
New format update every 15 years.
Yeah, exactly. That would be it. That'd be
Make
it.
a couple $100 million off of it.
Yeah, I mean, if I was gifted the Back to the Future IP, it wouldn't be really to make money; it would be to protect it.
Of course, yeah.
That's what I would say too. Be like, we don't want to profit from it. We just want to protect it for as long as we have breath.
Yeah, exactly.
So, guys, get your beers ready because we're going to read some of the super chats for our friends in the audience. So, first off, we have our friend Mongo's Big Thinks, who has a very nice, but it is a 20, guys, so it's a full beer.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. I got on my computer. Fuck. Yeah, remember the time I messed up my old computer because I spilled beer during our thing commentary?
I do, and that was hilarious.
Yeah, the E key doesn't work on that computer still. So, excuse me, Mongo's Big Thing says, big congratulations on 160,000, guys. It's been about 3 years since I found this channel, and it's been a hell of a ride. Here's to whatever comes next. Mongo's Big Thing. Thank you very much.
Mongo? Thank you.
Oh, okay. And then Just Joe 47 says Drew McIntyre 3, 2, 1 Ultraviolet Watch Party.
Oh my god.
Right.
Maybe we do need guys. We need to get together one of these weekends and do our Steven Spielberg Day and all these other things that we had promised. So,
amen.
I propose Kurt Russell Day.
I propose every day is Kurt Russell Day, Nick.
I'm down.
I'm okay with that.
That was a tour, guys. Our friend Tom from Midnight's Edge After Dark sends in $1.60 with no message. Thank you very much, Tom. Scott Skio 2, thank you very much. He says, Dion, drink. Hold on, it moved. It says, Dion. Oh, I can't read this right now because I'm stupid. Anyway, Dion, drink each time you've watched Dark Fate.
Shit.
We're here all night.
There's not enough alcohol for that.
Do I have to stand outside of a fence with a Mexican girlfriend for effect, or can I just? Okay.
Yep.
Shit. Babe, can you go give Juanita a call, please? Thank you.
Cesario Japan. That was a tour. Now, guys, this is a $10 from Cesario Japan, so that's a half of one. It says the funny thing is that the way Hollywood is remaking things with gender and race swapping, the porn industry probably did it already. Betting there is a female or transgender Scarface porn already.
I believe
there was one. It was a series on Brazzers called Porn Star Punishment, and there was one where it was a chick who was in the mob. So she didn't have a mountain of cocaine, but she was embarrassing to do James Dean and not James Dean. Whatever. I don't want to get into porn star names, but she embarrasses the James Dean dude, and he kills everyone thing, and then he fucks her. So technically, I think that's exactly which one you're talking about. Not that I watched it. I just heard about it.
Your friend must have been real detailed in the description the way you were.
Is a guy I trust implicitly.
Okay, all right, good.
It wasn't me.
I was about to clarify that because everyone's like, "Well, we know who your best buddy is, so what?" Fuck, that's not what I meant.
Well, now we know if we ever need a blow-by-blow commentary on any porn, that's the one we go to.
Hey, listen. Now everyone knows that Nick loves porn just as much as I do, so it's not just me. Damn,
that's true. That's true.
I'm not going down alone on this one. What that
we'll
phrasing?
We'll both give you a blow-by-blow, right?
Can you guys use different verbiage, please?
I know there's a lot of that. There's a lot of them in that whole paragraph.
Phrasing.
That was
blow
not on
by
purpose.
blow and go down. Not on my watch.
I'm trying, Ninja Julian. I'm trying, man.
No, not today.
Not today, bitch.
Oh, I love it. Oh shit, hold on. Sorry. McKinney90, thank you very much. He says, so is Tony Montana won't be a trans non-binary disabled woman of color? I hope not, McKinney90.
You make the joke.
I ain't watching it unless it is. It's the only way to do it right. In 2020.
No, it's
right
gonna
now. Blue Watcher, South Salvador. mark the reminder. We said it right here, right now, that we refuse to allow that to happen to Scarface. Damn it, Tony Montana, he ain't turning to that bullshit. Reminder, boys, get it on it.
No, it's gonna be a woman who escapes the detention center, a government detention center, and then goes to Miami to get into the drug industry or something. That's how it's gonna be.
You're giving them ideas. God damn it, and that's probably gonna be exactly.
They already had that idea to be. I mean, don't even give them that much credit. If anything, they're gonna really ram the point home where she like sneaked over a wall or something.
Ram the point home. That's the best one of all.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we're best friends, and I love these so much.
Talk about a virus that catches on. Damn it, we're in the entendre site, boys.
Well, keep it rolling for a second. I'm gonna go grab another beer. I'll be right back.
Are you really? Or you could say you're going over to pound the point home with another beer. Oh,
yeah. I'll pound something all right.
He's gonna suck another one down.
He's trying to focus on the show. She's like, "What are we talking about? I'm too busy talking about Mean Girls or whatever the fuck she's talking about." But anyway, listen, I just don't want this to turn out to be a shittier version of Proud Mary. Because that's a very.
God, did you actually watch that? Because I haven't watched it at all.
I did. I watched it with my Uncle Peppy, and we were both just like, it was funny. We watched the whole movie. We didn't say shit the whole movie, which is sad because Danny Glover's in it, and in the movies, the credits are rolling, and my uncle goes, "Wow, that was really bad." I was like, "It's your fucking fault that we watched this movie." He goes, "I know, that was my bad."
That's an understatement of the day.
Dude, that movie's so fucking bad. Like it essentially is Taraji P. Henson doing a will they, won't they with a fucking kid, and you're like, this is weird. Stop it. Like, what is this?
That's strange. Jeez.
Like, we already had that. It was called episodes 1 and 2 of Star Wars.
When we already knew that, spoiler alert, they're going to.
Yeah. They're gonna fuck, aren't they? Yeah, they sure.
That was that was the thing that Finn wanted to tell Rey. I'm DTF, baby.
Yeah,
dude. Imagine, God damn.
I'm not just force sensitive. I'm emotionally sensitive.
And Rey's like, oh my god! What a coincidence! I'm sensitive, right? Yeah. I'm sensitive to someone else too. What the fuck? It's both of us.
I'm sensitive to your needs, girl. Want to fuck?
Dude, imagine doing a fucking whole franchise where you tease the will they, won't they, and then you fuck it up. Like that's what Star Wars is. That's exactly what would fucking happen with oh my god, it just makes me so sad.
It's Disney Lucasfilm in a nutshell.
It makes me so sad, dude. Will they, won't they fuck? Just kidding, we're never gonna tell you. Like, what the fuck? Why'd you even start that? Oh, he was going to tell us.
It should have been Poe, Finn, Rey, and Tico in a weird foursome, like somewhere on a ship, rolled through space.
Yes, and they should have did that porn star punishment scene with them. There you go. I mean,
that's the ending we deserved. God damn it!
Exactly, the true ending. Give them that old Gangrel ending. You know what I'm saying?
Give him. It's not the ending we need. It's the ending we deserve.
Give him that happy reach around ending.
Exactly, and that would work even better if you're the only black dude in the movie, because everyone knows. I mean, you're getting the first blowy. And listen, Daisy Ridley, hey, she's trying to be a movie star. You know what I mean? She knows that some work's got to be put in. Why not? You know what I'm saying? We got Kelly Marie Tran over here. She's bouncing back from Instagram getting pissed at her. Let's do this shit, guys. Shit, let's give Monica Bellucci a call and see if she wants to make a cameo. Let's do this.
Did you just say Monica Bellucci?
Yeah, he did.
Excellent fucking choice. I don't care what people say. She is like the hottest 50-year-old woman.
Oh no, 100%, man, 100%.
Is there anyone that says that she isn't too? That's the weird thing. Like there are very few actresses where everyone I've talked to, everyone's like, damn, she is fine. From The Matrix Reloaded to Shoot 'Em Up to that other weird ass movie she was in 2018. I'm just like, girl, you can come stay with me anytime.
I'm proud to call you my best friend.
I'm stalking her Instagram right now, and she still got it, 100%.
Yeah, back to the beer. So we have our friend, straight white male. This is a fiver, guys. He says, your voice and Drinker's voice is better than anything but Nick DiPaolo and Michael Savage. Thank you very much, straight white male. I know who those people are.
And he also had he put a chat in that he was almost off of parole. So, all right, straight white male, get some of them tattoos removed, but I'm happy for you, Doug. Thanks.
Yeah.
Our friend Seriously Black, thank you very much. Seriously Black 7, he says,
He's not black, man. He's
Seriously black.
He ain't playing no goddamn games, Kendo.
I'm,
He might be coos bros, but he's an actual black bro. You know what I'm saying? Seriously.
I'm so
That
black
guy's
you can't see me
seriously
coming.
Dion, I saw in the chat real quick. Let me read the super chat and then I'm going to address something. He says, he, meaning Robert Pattinson, wants to train to play Batman Mall Cop.
Oh, God.
Jesus. I'd watch that. I don't know why, but I would.
Oh my God, he'd have to be. Oh man, that would be hilarious.
Is Kevin James the villain? Because at that point, then I'm definitely.
It has to be. It has to be.
Jeez.
Kevin James is the Penguin. He's bringing illegal Louis Vuitton bags to the mall and Batman.
Oh my God, dude! No! Now I just want to watch that movie. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, he just tries. All he does, he doesn't have any dialogue. He rips off Burgess Meredith from the 70s or 60s. He's just like the whole time. They're like, "What do you say?" Okay, yeah, we're gonna go and fucking rob the GameStop.
Pretty close.
What does a GameStop have to rob anymore? Outside those, they had those fucking cool phone chargers where you just put them on and they were like the chess thing, and they had the Millennium Falcon one. Other than that, GameStop's a fucking wash. If anything, they got to fucking rob JCPenney or something.
They're going into business too.
Now, Dion, somebody in the chat,
Yes.
Cooper Brothers Entertainment, asked if we would do a drinking stream with Four Locos.
Oh my shit!
God.
You don't know what you're asking for. You don't know what you're asking
That's
for.
dangerous.
If you want Brother Loki to come out of Jeff and I, and then drag Nick and Kendo down that hole, y'all better be prepared. Listen, you need to make sure that you leave your sentiments at home, your sensibilities, your I guess I'll call it your sensitive mindset at home. Because if we do a Four Loco, if we do a Brother Loki stream, son. I don't know if you guys are ready for that shit. I don't know.
Yeah. Keep your loved ones at home, man. It's gonna be weird.
Yeah, it's gonna get dangerous.
I think
Want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Definitely got to do it in person. Particularly on a time when Kendo's got some time off, because he's gonna have to fucking recover. Because if y'all thought we got nuts during WrestleMania, trust me, fucking Brother Loki, Dion and Jeff, we beat the drum one time. And this is when we were living together, and we literally went and got Four Locos, and it was our buddy Jake, Jeff, and I. Jake went to bed, and then it was just Jeff and I finishing off our Four Locos, drinking beer and shit on top of that, and we came up with a whole new fucking script for Spider-Man. It was fucking crazy. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, they wrote it and formatted it and everything. They had it ready to print it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Kendo, I'm very proud of you. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Let's get nuts. Thank you.
I caught that. I didn't want to leave you hanging, though.
It is seriously one of the greatest lines of all of movie history.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's second only to. Do you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Huh?
I don't know what it means. I just like the sound of it as I say it to all my prey. Second to that. That was an X-Men comic too. Fucking Wolverine randomly says it to the. I always want to say the Mandalorian. God damn it! Fuck.
My favorite.
Help me. The dude with the rings. The dude with the rings. Iron Man's villain.
Mandarin.
The Mandarin.
The Mandarin.
Wolverine randomly says it to the goddamn Mandarin, and he goes, "What?" He goes, "I just like the way it sounds." I was like, "Oh, I got that reference."
Dude, there's an issue of Spider-Man where he's holding the thug over the rooftop, and he's like, "Who are you? I'm Spider-Man." Like that. I love that.
right before Homecoming came out, you and I, we made that joke like 3 times. Like, if he says that, I will love this movie forever. Obviously, he didn't do it, but I was like, if fucking Vulture, Spider-Man goes, "Who are you?" I'm Vulture. I'd have been like, "Yes, fucking yes,
I'm Vulture."
No,
dude, he was the best part of that movie. Vulture was actually a little bit terrifying when he did it. I was like, oh shit,
dude, when they're in
he's
the car,
not fucking playing.
And he goes, "I will kill everything you love." I was like, "God damn, Batman, what the fuck happened to you?" I was like, "Oh wait, selling alien technology after 9/11." Well, not
Heel
9/11.
turn.
Yeah, dude,
Damn
fucking
it, Vince Russo got to Marvel.
God damn it! Fucking love Michael Keaton so much.
I do
He's
too.
Man.
People in the chat are talking about the best movie quotes of all time. Dion, Nick, Kendo, think of one. Think of your favorite one. I'm going to read the next super chat. We'll talk about those in a minute because that's just a great little bumper topic. Our friend Stone Cold Jeremy says James Dean wasn't asked to play Batman or any other superhero. Do some push-ups, you pansy beach.
Yeah,
I
fair
mean,
enough.
that's life. Listen, there are a lot of things in life for motherfuckers that would solve their issues if they just did some push-ups after work every goddamn day. Just fucking don't be like Robert Pattinson, goddammit. Do some push-ups when you get home sometimes. Buy a punching bag. Fucking work on yourself. Get to know yourself, boy. In the dark, just stare at the mirror in the dark, looking at yourself. Am I me? Can I be better? Yes, you can. Don't be like Robert Pattinson.
That's what's gonna say with Dion Green if ends up on a fucking Wheaties box. It's just gonna say, "Don't be like Robert Pattinson."
He sounded like that. Those crazy '90s anti-drug commercials. Like, oh, you think it's nice drinking a lot of beers, beat up your kids? Don't be like that. Don't drink beer. Beer's bad for you. Alcohol kills people. The more you know.
Listen, I remember seeing those commercials. You think it's cool? I remember being a kid, being like, "Fucking yeah, dude! I fucking see my family drinking and having a great
Sounds like
time.
it.
I'm not gonna get alcohol poisoning. I just want to fucking have a good time with old black people."
What? The only thing I would think of when I saw those commercials is, can we get back to the Power Rangers? I don't want to look at it.
Yo, Tommy's evil. Is he gonna become good again? What the fuck?
What's he gonna do to Kimberly? She looks like a nice girl. Tommy, don't do that to her.
What's he gonna do to Kimberly, Mom?
You know what? That would be a really interesting Power Rangers move. It's like, as the Green Ranger, he abused Kimberly, and then Zordon, Green Ranger, you're on the team. So there's all this tension between the two.
Dude, that'd be so weird. And you know what?
That'd be nuts. That'd be fucking. Listen, people who want to do all these fucking progressive, that shit would actually. That's how you do that shit. That would actually be good. Fuck.
Yeah. Turns out the Green Ranger got Kimberly pregnant, made her get an abortion, and so that's like the problem with the team now. It's like it's the unspoken truth.
Damn,
Like,
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
What a very special 2020 edition of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
The Green Ranger.
That's some Boston level shit.
The Green Ranger
Kimberly has an abortion.
Oh god, the Green Ranger keeps showing up. He's just smoking and drinking beer. He's like, "Yeah, I'll be there. Don't worry about it." Yeah.
Listen, fucking Lord, I've been trying to tell you since fucking day one. Fucking Jason's a player too, motherfucker. I'm player one.
I ain't ready for fatherhood, Kimberly. We got to get rid of it.
Wow.
Special consulting by Ray Caruth.
Oh, Kendo. Oh, spicy meatball, ladies and gentlemen. Spicy meatball. God damn. Is fucking Tommy gonna go on the run after that one too?
Yeah, they're gonna drive across country, and he's gonna be in the trunk of a car.
What? No. Is it? Wait, what's a car like a white Bronco?
No, it's gonna be like a I don't know, some kind of old 70s car.
Okay,
A Pinto.
okay.
We'll make it a Pinto just to make it extra, scary because it could get rear-ended and die at any time.
Yeah. It was a Monte Carlo that Ray Caruth was in the back of. You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking it could be the Rad Bug from the Power Rangers
And
itself. He beat up
damn.
his car.
Oh my god.
Damn.
So some of the folks in the chat, I gotta say, I'm seeing some great ones. We got it's time to party. PART. Why? Because I gotta. That's from I love that one so much. That's one of my favorite quotes of all time. We also have let's put that one on the screen for a minute. We also had remember when I said I'd kill you last? Yeah, I lied.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Shooter McGavin. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
That's
Dude,
a great one.
shit for breakfast.
No.
Best movie of the 21st century.
Agreed. It sold 6 billion tickets like the Wii.
Yeah. Opening day.
We had Hello There from Star Wars Episode 3. We also had I Am the Senate. V. James Baker says, that's one big pile of shit. That's from Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
Beetlejuice. It's showtime. And then Michael Connor. Bob Gunn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good one.
Michael Keaton just will
That's a
not
very
leave
good
this
one.
stream, goddammit. Or in
That's
this
fine
case,
with me,
Jack
man.
Nicholson.
He is an icon.
Yeah.
Now, the other day, I was thinking about something specific, and I'll tell you guys off air. I don't want to say it publicly yet, but I was thinking to myself, who's the most Bob-like on the channel? And I was going to give the nod to Kendo, and it's not a bad thing because the loyalty of the channel, Kendo, nothing's more important to him. I was thinking, yeah, if there was a Bob the Goon on this of us, I mean, it'd be Kendo. I could see him going up there like, Kendo, I need you to take photographs of this place at this time. It's like, on it. He's the guy that's
no problem.
Supposed to cut out and do all that shit.
Well, not to mention, again, him killing Bob was supposed to be the point where you stopped liking Joker. So that's, that was very cerebral by our boy, even though he went on to make terrible Batman movies. Joker was a fun, lovable character, but when he shoots his right-hand man subconsciously, we're all watching, we're like, God, what the fuck? You know what?
It's like,
fuck
wow.
that dude. Batman, kill his ass with a rocket from the Batwing. Fucking do that shit.
So, guys, I wanted to do that to give you guys a second for your livers.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Here we go. This is a guy we haven't heard from in a while. Horace Cock Johnson, who has an icon of Archie Bunker, says, "Congrats, guys! Congrats on the dead horse that is the Scream franchise, probably getting a sequel." Nick, you're the horror guy. You take it away first.
Oh my god. That horse has been beaten to death. Especially if you've seen the third season of the Scream show, which took place all in Atlanta. It was really weird. And I think that they brought the show from MTV to VH1, and then Queen Latifah either directed every episode or was involved in production somehow, and it was fucking horrible. It lost the fun, and it was just bad. I mean, turning that into a TV show is not a good idea anyways. They don't need to make any more Scream movies. Just, you know what? I'm going to say something controversial. Go ahead and remake them. Fuck them. Remake them. It's fine. I don't care.
Whoa. Slow down.
Come on now. Calm down. Jesus,
they're not
dude.
that iconic, to be honest.
What's gotten into you?
Alcohol. They're not that iconic, to
you
be
guys
honest.
did to Nick.
We didn't do it on purpose, man.
Yeah, they're not that iconic. It's just some asshole in a ghost mask with a knife. So, yeah,
it is Wes Craven coming back, even though it's just the first one, to form. God damn it! And I will forever love him for the random scene where Cindy's getting off the bus, going into her house, and that random bitch on the bus goes, "Bye, Cindy." That shit was prime. So
and also him showing up as a janitor in the hallway.
I laugh every time I see that. I'm not gonna lie. As shitty as that, I laugh every time.
Okay, fine. Don't remake them, but just I don't know. I want to say make more of them, but then again, I don't, because they're not fun like the Friday the 13th movies. They just become more and more.
The first one's fun.
They just become. I don't know, no, the other ones are fun as well because they're ridiculous and they don't make any sense and the timeline's all fucked up. But they keep trying to hit the teenage demographic with phones and internet and shit like that. It's no, just kill some asshole teenagers, man. It's real simple. It's real fucking simple. We had a bunch of those movies in the 80s and some in the 90s. Just kill some asshole teenagers. You know you want to. Just do it, man. Come on.
We should get the funding and make a slasher, but it makes no sense. It's just the dumbest fucking movie possible. People would watch it.
Oh, for sure.
The tagline: the tagline is "Some asshole teenagers are going to be killed."
That sells 1 million tickets right there.
That's it. Yeah, because I don't know. Scream is dead, and other franchises can be revived that probably need it, but. That one, man, I don't know. They keep trying. That's a really dead horse to keep beating to death and trying to get more money out of it. But nobody cares. It's
super extended themselves after that first movie. The first movie, if they would have left it at that, we'd be talking about Scream. It was a typical '90s campy slasher, but it was all right. It wasn't too bad. But they just kept trotting it back out there for more go rounds, and I think that's what really.
Yeah, I think it was them, and then
suck.
Yeah, I think it was them, and it was also I Know What You Did Last Summer. Kept trying to battle with them with numbers and things, and they were trying to do that. But then Scream was "Fuck you, we're gonna make one more movie and a TV show," and then there's all right, we're out. Yeah,
God, that TV show was so bad. God damn.
The only good about the third season of the TV show was the cute goth girl. That was it.
Yeah, she was cute, but God, that show was so bad. God damn.
No. And what was even worse is that they made a little Halloween or Christmas movie that went onto Netflix after that.
Yep.
And there are so many fucking holes in that story that don't make any goddamn sense. So I was watching, I was like, how did this person get here when they didn't know what was happening? How are they saying this stuff when they weren't even there when anybody else was? Like, what the fuck is going? Who wrote this?
Magic.
Like, what did the three blind mice write this? What the hell happened? Oh God, it was just really, really bad. And then like now, yeah, I've heard as well they're trying to make a new movie or something. Just don't. I mean, all this is going to be some asshole kid who's like going to copycat it and put it on TikTok or something. That's going to be the premise.
Well, you know what? I think Nick kind of hit the nail on the head. I have nothing personally to add.
Yeah, I just don't care.
Dark Saber Force, thank you very much for your super chat. That's a 5, guys. Take a sip. Ben was the oldest Batman when first cast. Back in 2013, I was against him. But 2016, he became my favorite. Wish to read his script. #Batfleck forever.
Ooh,
I like that hashtag quite a bit, actually.
I mean, he wasn't bad. He embodied the role.
He was a good Batman. He
Yeah.
wasn't the problem.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't the problem. I mean, he did a good job. He did the character right.
He was serviceable, yes.
Yeah, he was very serviceable. And I didn't hear any complaining from him. There was no complaining. I mean, the biggest problem with him was his drinking problem. That was it.
Yeah, that's a real life issue that he's worked on, and I don't think he should be penalized for that anymore.
No. God, no.
The guy's hurting other people. He's just had some inner demons that he's worked out.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, if the Batman role and the stress and the pressure is kind of what drove him to drink, then I'm glad he kind of took a step back. But I remember the first image of Ben Affleck Batman. I was actually at school. I was on a lunch break at Subway listening to something. I was like, hey, Ben Affleck is Batman? Okay, let's see it. And it was that dopey little sad Batman photo. And I was like, oh, God, this is going to be it. And then I saw the movie, and it really wasn't good, but he was not the problem. He was not the issue whatsoever.
He was not it. It was not him.
Up next is our friend The Buzz CJC that says there's a YouTube channel with a bodybuilder describing what steroid cycles he thinks each actor can go on to get buff in an unrealistically short period of time. Can we get the name of that channel so we can start our skip show? Nick, I feel like you and I with 6-packs is going to be the scariest yet most arousing thing on the planet.
You know what? I'll go with that. I'm willing to experiment on myself with that. That's okay.
Let's see. Up next is Modalicious, who says, after Gotham gave us Gay Penguin, why not? In regards to our Kevin James Batman with what was it, Paul Blart Batman Cop or whatever it was called?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was a great recap. Paul Blart, Batman Cop, whatever.
Yeah, it's not like I've been drinking or anything. Fuck it.
Our show can be whatever we want it to be.
Yeah. Isn't Andy Serkis playing Alfred?
Yep. That's
Yeah.
the rumor. Yeah. I don't know if it's been confirmed yet.
Oh, okay. Bless you. Midnight. Bless you again. Night's Midnight. Thank you very much. He says, if Bat-Pat didn't want to go buff, then he should have picked a non-buff hero to play, like a Power Ranger. At least they have an excuse to sparkle. Ha ha!
Oh my
Do you think
Full
Robert
circle.
Pattinson could play Tommy the Green Ranger in the very special domestic abuse episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
He's Billy. Calm down.
Oh, he's Billy. Okay.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Billy. He's conflicted. He's conflicted with with his lifestyle and is not knowing if these other friends will accept it or not. That's his conflict.
Now, the actor David Yost.
He's clearly the Blue Ranger.
I would say the actor David Yost was clearly gay, but Billy
yeah.
had a girlfriend named Marge.
Mm.
Well, that's really his beard. That's what that is.
Oh,
Was
okay.
it Large Marge?
Yes.
That's the one that sent him.
She sent me.
Oh, Large Marge. Large Marge died. So our friend David Hervey, thank you very much. This is a $5, guys. He says, you're going to give a man who does not know how to operate a microwave Batman's utility belt? He's going to hurt himself.
He's in a bad
Yeah,
ring.
he's not just- He's not just a danger to himself; he's a danger to others.
He has an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back. We're all doomed.
I was watching that earlier, man. Goddamn, still a great movie.
It's never
great
a
movie.
bad choice.
No, it isn't. It's wonderful. It's just fucking wonderful.
Nick, do you remember when we were down in that cabin in Gatlinburg before the show before the show was ever a thing, and we had that movie theater, and we're like, "Hey, what's on TV? Ghostbusters." And that's all we did was watch. Ghostbusters.
Yes, yeah. We brought down the beers and everything, and we just watched Ghostbusters. Yeah,
we didn't want to be bothered by the girls, so we were just like, "Hey, let's watch Ghostbusters." And they
nope. I still have the link to that cabin in case we want to get together again and have a
keep that one in the hopper.
Oh yeah.
Oh, trust me, I'm going through my resources and see who people I can find to help me get a nice place that's decently priced, that's exactly where we need to be. So, I'm doing my research. It's happening. Don't worry.
Woo! Well, we're gonna take advantage of that, and we're gonna go live from the woods. It's World Class Bullshitters.
Yeah, hillbilly edition.
Well, I feel safe. Half of me, at least. Up next, this will be our last super chat for a minute. Our friend Edmundo Otto, if I'm saying it wrong. Can you imagine if a UFC fighter didn't work out?
I mean, they get their ass. I mean, obviously there are a few that particularly heavyweights that are big boys that literally only spar and grapple. They don't fucking run or do anything, and they look chubby, but a lot of fucking, if you don't have a dude who fights in the UFC at that level who doesn't work out, they'd be fucking ridiculous. And anytime you see someone who you can tell doesn't work out, who didn't work out going into a fight, they get their asses kicked. So boom, that's a great point.
Yeah,
actually,
those fights don't last very long.
Well, just look at CM Punk's.
Yeah. Well,
or Brock
Lesnar
Lesnar.
Experience level.
One more we will read from our friend Miguel Olmo, because this is for Dion. It says, "This is for the Black Joe Exotic. You should pick up Danger in the Forbidden City. It's a great Phantom graphic novel."
What's it called? Danger in the Forbidden City?
Danger in the Forbidden City. I'm taking a picture because I want to read this thing. I love the Phantom.
I'm going to text it to myself right this fucking second, actually.
I just love that we have video footage of you with Billy Zane, and he was so nice.
Dude, yeah. One of the highlights of my goddamn life, dude. That's fucking top 10 for sure.
And he actually calls him a jive truck, and I was just like, I can't fucking right now. I can't deal with this right now. It was wonderful.
Billy Zane is one of the coolest people around.
Dude, he's fucking awesome.
What's the name of that? What's the name of that again?
Great. For Danger in the Forbidden City.
Gotcha.
Now, can you believe that's almost been 2 God damn it, motorcycles. Can you believe that's 2 years ago?
It makes me sad.
It makes me sad that there's no Cincinnati Horror Hound.
Yeah. Don't remind me. That's the kickoff. Listen, that's part of my road to WrestleMania. Survivor Series. Buying my ticket. Fucking planning the Facebook group. Fucking going to Cincinnati Horror Hound right before WrestleMania. Like, that's my whole road to WrestleMania, man. And God damn it, man. God damn it.
Well, next year for sure. Or else we're all
in LA. Yeah, well, if next year becomes the goddamn zombie apocalypse, we'll just make sure that you guys are hustled out of California. I've seen the Omega Man, goddamn it. I don't need you getting shot at by Charles Winston. That's it. Fuck.
I'll leave. Don't worry, we'll be safe. And
I don't know. I don't know. Right now, it seems like the Andromeda strain is happening right now. So,
wasn't there a TV show? Oh, Andromeda was just a TV show.
That was Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah.
I feel like he could save us all. He's the hero we need, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's all religious and shit now.
I mean, Hercules is the strongest demigod ever, so
it's true story.
You put the gladiator.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get mad, get glad.
I'm not sorry for that one.
You shouldn't be.
No, I'll never apologize for the greatest joke never. Anyway, moving on.
Greatest Hercules joke ever, though.
Thank you. I try. So, there's a little more news in the Amber Heard situation that I thought.
Oh boy!
Shit.
Here we go.
For this one, here we go.
Don't say shit and Amber Heard in the same sentence. It's weird.
Oh yeah, I forgot. My bad. Yeah. Amber Heard and shit. So this is a rumor. This is a big ass rumor, but we're just going to talk about it. You can talk about rumors. We're not reporting that a rumor is real. That's the one thing I always make sure you take it with a grain of that's salt for the layperson, if you will.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, thank you, Kendo. Amber Heard rumored to be fired from Aquaman 2. Now, this news broke today on Screen Geek. And yes, I agree it is about fucking time. Now, I don't like to make this show overtly political. I don't like to get on a soapbox and go on and on and on. But what the shit she's allegedly done, just for the sake of safety, the shit she's allegedly done to Johnny Depp is unforgivable, and fuck this person. All right? I hope somebody shits in her bed.
Somebody shits on her face.
Somebody shits on her face. That's cool, too.
I mean, that's
Ooh,
very
Cleveland Steamer style.
yeah, very hatred-filled of you there, Jessica. But yeah, man, I listen. Again, if there's any truth to that, I hope that it is legitimate. I hope that she is going to get fired, and I truly hope that her career is forever marred. I fucking hope that UCLA steps up and bans her from any of those future events in terms of domestic violence. I hope that they fucking yank her fucking credentials as an ambassador for that organization. I sure as shit hope that at the very least, motherfucking Johnny Depp, him suing her, fucking he wins and he gets a couple $100 million.
I would love that. I just hope it's enough to just cripple her financially for the shit she's pulled. Now, let me read this real quick. The debacle between stars Johnny Depp and Amber Heard continues to grow. This time, however, it's a pretty massive rumor that's been making the rounds. As most of you know by now, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard have both been at the center of various lawsuits and allegations following their divorce. While things aren't yet clear regarding the whole circumstance, there has been one interesting development that suggested Amber Heard could be going to jail for having allegedly faked an injury. This is where the rumor comes in. According to the story, Amber Heard was allegedly fired from the production of Aquaman 2 due to the possibility of her going to jail. Yes.
Huh.
Now, obviously,
How about that?
yeah, so we have a couple tweets. So let's see. This comes from QWERTY that says, let me break it down. Amber Heard was paid by WB to piss off. If you know anything about sports, consider it as the team not picking up that second-year option on a player. So all wording about fired, recast, not returning, choose whatever you want. She's out. What do you guys think of that?
Good.
I mean, I hope so. I really do. It's that's definitely one of those things that definitely affects other type of contract-based employment, whether it be in acting or in sport. But hey, again, that's definitely grounds to can her ass for sure.
Yeah. Now, again, these are allegations. These are rumors. These aren't anything confirmed yet. Until I see Warner Brothers put out a press release, we don't know the other. But I do think it's interesting to talk about. Now, this QWERTY person has this conversation in the tweet. Again, all rumors and speculation. But it says, "What up, yo? I got to ask about something when you have a second." That's how you formally ask a favor of someone. Okay, shoot. Do you know about Amber Heard's involvement or lack thereof with Aquaman? And then we heard WB bought her out. She became a huge problem for them. LOL, I fucking knew it, but I knew you would know for sure. So, this was initially good news from a great many people that were eager to see Amber Heard removed from the film's production. After all, a mass petition was started for that sole purpose, but it seems that the story didn't quite turn out that way. According to a second new development, Amber Heard apparently wasn't fired. This update comes from the heroic Hollywood owner Humberto Gonzalez, who made the following statement on Twitter. No, Amber Heard didn't get fired off Aquaman 2. It seems though the rumor was false that Amber Heard wasn't fired. She to see if she will maintain her place as Mira in Aquaman 2. Of course, whatever path Warner Brothers chooses won't exactly save Amber Heard from any potential legal troubles. If she is indeed found guilty of any of the recent allegations made against her, including a possibly faking an injury as evidence, then she might be too caught up with jail to make her scheduled appearance in Aquaman 2. So what do you guys think? Let's say the allegation, even though this rumor is apparently false. Then again, we did see people go against Grace Randolph, who said, you know what, Obi-Wan's getting delayed, and everyone's like, no. And they were blue checkmark people as well. And then Obi-Wan's delayed. Do you think, just personal opinions, Nick, do you think Amber Heard should be stay on as Mira for Aquaman 2?
No, she shouldn't. I mean, she should get fired for all this bullshit. And I mean, if she's going to go to jail, it's going to cause a problem with production. Why we want to invest the money and the time to have her on there, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Oh, well, you got to go to jail for 3 years." Well, tough shit, Like then they have to go find somebody else. Like it seems like a lot of work, and I don't know. Hollywood's really dumb these days, so I don't know. But also, I think it's real because this is one of those things that we always hear about in Hollywood, where like before it becomes official, we hear about it from, the grapevine or whatever. Somebody says something, and then after a few weeks, it becomes official. It always seems like that's been happening over the last few years, where it's like, no, this show's still going on. No, this person's still hired. No, we haven't fired anybody yet. And then find out, in a couple of weeks or a month or so, it's like, oh yeah, they've the paperwork's been filed already, and like, yeah, they're fired. We're not using them anymore. Like that seems what's happening right now.
Yeah. Dion, Kendo, anything else you guys want to add?
No, I mean, if the allegations prove to be somewhat legitimate, can her ass 100% without hesitation.
Definitely.
Okay.
She's one of those people. She wants the equality for the sexes. Well, let's treat her like any man that would be going through the same shit for what she did.
Here. I agree with that sentiment 100%, Kendo. It's all about fairness and equality in
fair
this world.
Right.
Yeah. You want to be fair?
You want to be fair and equality? You want fairness? Okay. Well, then, if we switch it around and Johnny Depp did this to Amber Heard, people would be wanting him fucking hung upside down in the street by his ankles and spit on. So
they already did.
Fucking one turn deserves another.
Well, yeah, that's true. They did, but I mean, had it all kept going, and we found out it was, it was actually true, he would have been in jail yesterday, like last year. But the fact that it's Amber Heard and it's, people are just like, oh, it's a woman, it's different. It's like, no, it's not. You're just making it that way because she's a woman. It's like if you want equality and fairness, then you put her ass, the same way you would if she was a dude. Sorry.
That's right. She gets the same treatment a guy would.
Yeah, man, same thing.
So let's move on to something a little lighter for tonight, guys. Today is a very special person's birthday. Without this guy, I don't know if Dion and I would be as good of friends. I definitely know that the Fandom Menace wouldn't exist. But today is George Lucas's birthday.
Yay!
Yeah. So, folks in the chat, let me know what you think of George Lucas. I will say that George Lucas gets a bad rap. I also think George Lucas gets a little more praise on certain things. I've never made my opinion on him, secret. I think he's a great storyteller, an okay director for everything but the actors. A good director for everything but the actors. I'll put it like that. Faster and more intense is not really good direction in my opinion. But you cannot argue with the man's success. He's given us arguably the greatest franchise in the history of film. Yes, it's been bastardized as it was sold off, but under his watch, we did get the original trilogy. We also got the prequels, which did water down the legacy of Star Wars, but it also came back with the Clone Wars. We had, under his tutelage, we had countless fantastic video games. We had great PC games, world-building EU books, some of the best Star Wars merchandise to ever possibly exist. And guess what? Unlike other franchises that came and went, Lucas kept Star Wars alive. He gave it a little rest in the 80s into the 90s, but once it came back in the 90s, it has never stopped being a force to be reckoned with. No pun intended. I just realized I said that. And it never felt heavy-handed or unwarranted. It never felt unwanted. We live in an era where it's like, oh, Star Wars, ugh. At least back then with George, he made it special every couple years. And happy birthday from me, George. Kendo, what are your thoughts on George Lucas?
Yeah. Well, he's kind of, for me, in the category of like a Vince McMahon. On the one hand, I love the guy for all the entertainment he's given me throughout the years. But on the other hand, I kind of just shake my head and going, what the fuck are you doing? Like, with the prequels and selling it off to Disney and all that stuff. So, like, I love the guy for what he's done. It's like, thanks, George, for, episodes, 4, 5, and 6, 3, some of the other stuff. But then on the other hand, it's like, man, what were you thinking? Dude, what were you thinking? But overall, here's to you, George.
Yeah, let's have a drink for old George.
Yes.
Nick, thoughts on George Lucas?
I think he's one of the greatest directors we've had, and he's one of the greatest directors we've had in a long time. He's got a great legacy, even though they're just 6 films that he's mostly known for. But I mean, I still love his lesser known ones. THX 1138 was really good. American Graffiti was really good. I love those movies too, and they're just as rewatchable as the Star Wars movies and Indiana Jones. And watching those movies as a kid, it had a big effect on me growing up and everything. So, yeah, I mean, He hasn't been the best businessman sometimes when it's come to certain things, but he's done the best he could. So yeah, I mean, it's like a love for the guy.
Dion?
I mean, the dude's visionary for sure. Obviously not the best director. I think it's a little bit of a stretch. Call him the best director we've seen in a long time. I think in terms of concepts and story, he's one of the greatest of all time for sure. Star Wars, I've only seen American Graffiti once. I remember liking it. I definitely got to watch it again. But Star Wars, his hand in Indiana Jones. I mean, the dude is just, in terms of storytelling, is one of the greatest ever in film, and he's just one of those guys who needs a voice telling him no. And his greatest adversary was always going to be himself. That attention to detail was what got us with the goddamn changes. And obviously, we lived through the prequels, and we got episode 3 out of it, but 1 and 2 weren't great. But the dude is still, bringing that to the world. You get a long ass leash for that shit, and I definitely still love him. Plus, the dude just loves samurai movies. That's fucking fantastic. That alone, he's a bro. So love him. He just needs that buddy in his life to tell him no.
Yeah, he needs his Gary Kurtz at all times.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go on to a rant about ripping on George Lucas. I will say, like I said, Star Wars under him was so much better. But what can we do? It's over and done with. He's no longer involved. Do I wish he'd come swoop in and buy it back? Of course I do. But that's not happening. And, I know I don't take the nicest stance on all the prequels, but I do enjoy 3. A good chunk of 1 is really, really good. And then 2, I think I'm harder on 2 than I should be at times, but I still don't like that movie. If there was no Disney prequels or Disney sequels, the episode 2 would be my least favorite Star Wars film.
I mean, listen, 2 has more moments than episode 1, but it's definitely not a good film. Obviously, there's a lot of dumping on it. A lot of it is deserved. At least unlike 1, episode 1 has 2 great moments. Episode 2 has like 4. But that's one of those where it's like we had to get through it, and we got through it type of deals. And it's one of the biggest examples of George, a complete picture of George as opposed to just his original Star Wars trilogy George, which, he's a complex dude with a complex history. Luckily for him, a lot of it is good because of that first go about at being the Star Wars guy.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to be known for one thing, being known as the Star Wars guy and making billions of fucking dollars off the merchandise, I'd be happy. I will say, though, if I was George Lucas, and this is just me, I probably would have never told the Darth Vader story. I would have probably retired in the year 2000. Honestly, I would have. I would have done all the Indiana Jones stuff. I probably would have pushed for more Indiana Jones, because I think that's a story that a character that has an infinite amount of stories to tell.
Oh,
and
definitely.
The biggest missed opportunity in Hollywood was more Indiana Jones films when Harrison Ford was still in his prime, before we had the advent of over CGI. I think George Lucas fell victim to trying to be on the cutting edge at all time. I mean, in the past with ILM, like our friend Matthew says, he set up one of the best Hollywood effects studios in Hollywood. I mean, ILM still does Avengers stuff. They are the gold standard there. And then Weta is probably the number 2. But Lucas is involved with so many innovations in film that I think he should be more remembered for that than just Star Wars. The Star Wars is great. It's one of my favorite movies, number 2 of all time. It means so much to me. But I mean, if you look at the little things that he's been a part of, that he's championed, maybe he's even funded in terms of innovation behind the camera, the dude really, his contribution to film is almost second to none. It's so vast that we just kind of got to sit back and go, damn, one person contributed to all of this shit. So that's how I'm going to remember him on his birthday. Not Sand. I hate Sand. This guy can't write a script to save his life. But
lines in all Star Wars.
You say that the Sand line is the most iconic line in all Star Wars.
One of.
So it goes, no, I am your father. Han Solo, Captain of the Millennium Falcon. Chewie here tells me to look for past the Alderaan system. And then Sand. I hate Sand. It's coarse. It gets everywhere.
I might put May the Force be with you slightly higher, but just maybe.
Yeah, May the Force. That's true.
May the Force be with you is clearly the second greatest behind No, I Am Your Father. Anyone who says any different needs to have their fucking Star Wars card checked. How the fuck do you say May the Force be with you is not number 2? What the fuck is wrong with you? Not you, I'm saying in general, not just specifically Jesse. Who?
Oh, I know.
You
I
know.
can
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure. I ain't singling her out. But if anyone argues that, like, come on now, dog. Come on now, dog.
Monkey Jesus makes an excellent point. I want to have this debate right now. Stan Lee is the greatest creator. I would agree Stan Lee was a greater creator than George Lucas.
Yeah.
Which team are you on, Dion?
Oh fuck. Shit. Oh, this is a hard question. Okay, if I got a gun in the back of my head and I'm saying who's the greatest creator, fuck, man. I think I got to go with George on this one. I gotta go with George.
Nick.
Greatest creator? Shit. That is a horribly tough question. I don't know, man. I gotta say George as well. I don't know. I'm more willing to rewatch the Star Wars movies than the Marvel movies. There are great movies. I had a good time watching them, but I'd rather rewatch Star Wars.
Nick or Kendo?
Stan Lee, easily. No debate.
Same
Bigger universe, more creator characters. I mean, it's gotta be Stan.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with Stan Lee. I mean, if you look, and then people want to argue the minutia. Well, what did Stan Lee actually create? He was a co-creator. You know what? His name, he was a part of a lot of iconic stuff. I mean, X-Men, Fantastic Four. He's the sole reason why Disney paid, what did they pay, $4 billion for Marvel? Or did they pay $9 billion for Marvel? How much did Disney pay for Marvel?
Jeff.
What?
I don't know. See a Twitter poll that we should put up.
That's a fantastic Twitter poll. I think going off of the air filler because he's talking to his lady. I think that is a great. That's the difference. Again, we're talking 1A, 1B between the two of these guys. But I think that with George, obviously, if I had making the comparison, Stan was a lot better at listening to the people around him. That's what he was better at than George Lucas. In terms of George Lucas, in terms of creativity, I mean, yeah, obviously Stan's got X-Men, Fantastic Four, Daredevil, the business decisions he made in actually getting Marvel before, obviously, it wasn't Marvel beforehand, but with George, obviously there's Star Wars was a huge thing, which he got so much influence from other film. But yeah, the technological contributions he does to film, but also that outside of Star Trek, Star Wars becoming one of the first true blockbusters in the history of film is just so big. Not to mention in terms of film. Long-term outreach. I mean, you don't get much bigger than Marvel and Star Wars. But
Marvel was doing Star Wars comics back in the day.
Right. And exactly.
Yeah.
And in terms of reach, I mean, Star Wars changed how film was made. It changed how film was marketed. It changed how studios funded films, and again, I'm not saying that's a cunt hair's breath more important than changing how comic books influence popular culture. Because if it, obviously with it being DC and Marvel being the last two giants, hurling lightning bolts at one another, Marvel changed how illustrated entertainment was viewed and its effect on TV. Obviously, its effect on TV and movies wasn't great until we were adults, but just the effect that Star Wars had on culture is more so barely than Marvel and what Stan Lee did.
See, I would disagree that Star Wars has had a greater impact because a lot of people that have made great contributions to film grew up reading Marvel comics, and the people in the chat were fully discussing the Marvel films, which Stan Lee does not really contribute to. He gets a credit. He worked on books back in the day. If we're just talking about what Marvel has done for the comic book industry, not just comic book industry, but it really revolutionized the superhero. It really revolutionized a lot of different things. Because yes, prior to Marvel, you did have your Batmans, your Supermans, you had your stuff like that, but you also had, remember, folks, post comic book, not comic book crisis. What's the phrase I'm looking for? Frederick Wertham, his Seduction of the Innocent. There was a comic book code that was created, and there was a lot of heavy censorship. And one thing too that not a lot of people understand was like, look, I love Star Wars. Up until I saw this from Monkey Jeebus, I was like, yeah, George Lucas is the greatest, this, that, and the other. But I'm thinking, well, Star Wars really brought a lot of innovation and really brought a lot of wonderful things to film and cinema. Stan Lee's writing really changed the way we look at not only just superheroes, but the way we interpret characters with depth. He took the superheroes, which were I'm Clark Kent, I jump in a phone booth, I fly out, I'm Superman, no one ever figures it out, to moral dilemmas, quandaries. He added so much depth to the genre that are still felt to this day. We had Lucas, who was great with taking all of these stories, these ideas, these concepts, rolling them into a ball and delivering Star Wars, which is fantastic. But you also had Stan Lee, who brought in the same level of ethos that you had, not ethos, that's the wrong one, pathos, excuse me, that Stan Lee is bringing this level of pathos with these superheroes that you hadn't seen in stories for decades, that had never been associated with that. I mean, you go back and you read a pre-Marvel superhero comic, they're very light, fluffy, and very stupid. There's a lot of weight that comes with Stan Lee's work. And, Stan Lee was able to tell race allegories and gender allegories, all these different things. The stuff that people today in Marvel are trying to achieve, this guy, with the help of many other creators. I'm not saying Stan Lee did this all himself. I know people keep saying Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko. I'm not taking that away. But if you go look at Spider-Man alone, Ditko did create the design of the suit. He did do a lot of stuff. But what is the one thing that everybody out there seems to praise Spider-Man for when he's played by Tom Holland? The jokes. Guess who wrote the jokes? Stan Lee. He gave all these characters the identities that made them unique and wholly original. No, if Jack Kirby was drawing Spider-Man, we've seen what Jack Kirby did with Spider-Man. No, Stan Lee had the goodwill. Sometimes, folks, delegation is the greatest tool. And Stan Lee was a great delegator. He was the guy that knew what was the right way to take the company. He invented the bullpen the way it was with the Marvel letters and the personalized responses, the not brand Eck, the no prize, all that stuff. That is Stan Lee's great contribution to just the world. Lucas, tons. Realistically, they're on the same playing field, but my edge goes to Stan Lee.
I have a price for how much Disney bought Marvel for.
Yeah,
$4 billion.
Okay.
Just like Star Wars, then. But look at how much money they made.
Oh yeah, they made their money and then some.
Now, Juiciest Lemon's been making some great points. You cautiously appreciate Stan Lee because in the back of my mind feels he may Bill Finger his partners the way Bob Kane did. Definitely Stan Lee got a lot of money and credit, but he never pulled a Bob Kane because Stan Lee put other people's name on the work. Bob Kane stole other people's work and signed his name to it. To me, that's not even in the same conversation of what's more heinous. I don't know how you guys feel, but personally, I'm an artist myself. I think the comic book artist is as important as the writer because if not, you have a novel. But I just think there's this new trend, especially with older guys on the internet, that really want to rip apart Stan Lee because of how people have built him up as this godfather of comics, when in reality, he's the personality that made Marvel what it was and kept it going for decades.
Yeah, and I think they want to rip on him as well because of the Marvel movies being so popular. They're just like, and Stan Lee being in all of them as, some sort of small part. So they just want to rip on him because it's like the popular thing to do now.
And one final point I'll make, so we can get back to the super chats and the rest of the show and the stuff. Wow, it just kind of popped out of my head. Sorry, I'll come back to it in a minute. I was like, I had to put. Oh no, sorry, Jack Kirby in his Fourth World work. People love to say Jack Kirby is more responsible than Stan Lee, but then look at what happened with Jack Kirby, an unfettered Jack Kirby in the 70s at DC. Yeah, he created Darkseid and Big Barda and all that Fourth World stuff. But let's be honest, that's nowhere near as impactful as Doctor Doom or the Fantastic Four or Iron Man or Thor and all this shit that Marvel and he's associated with. I mean, you got to look at all the names and you have to have all the right pieces put together. You can't just instantly say, well, this guy did this. There's all these different moving parts, and Stan Lee somehow got them all in place, and look where we are. We're 60 years plus, and we're talking about these great books still.
Amen to that.
Yeah, and what happened to Bill Finger wasn't excusable. And thank God that we had the Batman and Bill documentary and that DC did the right thing. DC did pay the Bill Finger estate And now Bill Finger's name, that was the best part of BVS for me. Not the fucking "Do you bleed? You will." The fact that it says Batman created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. To me, they finally righted the wrong that has really permeated all these other Batman films. I wouldn't even be pissed if they went back and added a Bob Kane or a Bill Finger credit on every Batman film ever. You talk about special editions and shit. Just throw and Bob Kane and Bob Kane and Bill Finger, and that's it. That's all you got to do. Yeah. Movies can remain the same. It's only fair in my eyes.
Bill Finger. There, I had to. I'm sorry, I had to.
Get out. You're already not proud of the content.
I'll see myself. I will see myself out.
So let's see. Speaking of let's see what the audience is saying. Let's see. Hold on. Great. I love that I live on a main street. Guys, talk for a second.
So
every goddamn time.
Go over to our Twitter page. If you go over to our Twitter page, you'll see that we created a poll for 3 days to see what you folks have to say about it. Who is the greater of the two creators, George Lucas or Stan Lee? So make your voices heard. It's up for 72 hours, and we can report the results back. Next episode.
Excellent choice, Kendo.
Yeah.
So now it's a little more quiet. Our friend Ray's Double Dong sends in a $15 super chat, boys. So crack a new beer. Says, "Hey guys, I'm sorry I can't be in attendance tonight. Congrats on hitting 160K. It's 8 times the amount when I first started following you guys. Smash that muff button and become Patreon members."
Motherfucking muff.
Listen to Ray's Double Dong. I agree. Do all of those things. But thank you, Ray's Double Dong. I believe I know who you are. I don't want to read your real name, but I think we met at Celebration.
I mean, what's more than a dong? A double dong.
Well, Ray needs both because she's more than both men.
Yeah,
That's
she's
right.
a Skywalker.
She is the most powerful. She's all the Jedi.
God, don't remind me of that shit, dude.
She's every Jedi dong out there. She's multi-donged.
Well, that's what her lightsaber was. Her new one.
God, don't fucking remind me.
Folks, that's now canon. Ray's new lightsabers to refer to from here on out as the multi-dong.
Our friend Peter Ford has a good point. It's a $5, guys. It says, "This snowflake is about to frackin' ruin one of, if not the greatest superhero ever created. Replace him like Biden, like now."
God damn, that's
Oh,
Wow,
cool.
Yeah. Is Joe Biden getting replaced?
No,
that's the prevailing rumor.
He ain't getting.
I mean, R-Pats hasn't been out sniffing anybody's hair recently, I don't think. So there's that.
I don't know, man. You see them pictures though?
Yeah. Hey, baby. I used to sparkle. Can I sniff your hair?
Come here, little baby. I got something I want to tell you.
oh God.
Oh man, is that L'Oreal?
Are you worth it?
More like, pour you another drink.
If we could, we'd end the show on that note. You can't
Credits. It's over. We're done. We're done.
We'll pull
Brought
up
to you by the
Gary.
Coos Bros.
Square up.
Oh my God.
Oh,
yeah, that was
God
shit.
damn.
Our friend McKinney90 says, "You don't put aluminum foil in the microwave. Idiota."
No,
You don't put
100%
any metal in
idiota.
a microwave.
100% idiota.
Dylan Shepard, thank you for your generous super chat. That's a 20, guys. It says, and best live on YouTube. Enjoy a round on me. We will.
Thanks,
Thank you,
buddy.
My
Will
man.
do.
It's been a minute. I haven't really drank too heavily since our Terminator stream. Which
I ain't
was-
drank
oh,
since the
gosh.
summer of '69.
Yeah, that song's about
I was just
69.
saying, I haven't drank since yesterday.
Oh, jeez.
Darian217, thank you very much. Nick, forgot to say the week after you said all of the USB cameras got bought out by OnlyFans, there were only 2 days the following week where the site was inaccessible. Luckily, it was only those 2 days.
Well, yeah. I mean, people got to get paid.
Yeah, man.
Our friend 13 Roger says, "What is something from the woke Marvel comics that probably coming to the MCU that you want to see just based on how cringe it will be?" Ooh,
None of it. None of it.
Riri Williams easily because it would fail so hard And that's one of those things where you went so hard in the paint that you alienate the people that you're going after. Like, no, people who wanted a fresh take with a female black superhero isn't going to want an Iron Man clone, and that would be so insulting. And I would love to see it happen in real time. And if they fucking cast Taraji P. Henson, I'd laugh my ass off.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's that. Had the Corvus not came along and shut down the comic book printing industry, I'd be able to say probably New Warriors, because I would have had read that by now. But
Oh yeah, that was supposed to
I
come
was
out.
reassured that new comic books. Yeah, I was reassured by my comic book guy yesterday that the new book should be hitting the shelves soon, within the next week or so. So I would say, just based on how horrible it looks, New Warriors, because that's just got cringe with a capital CK written all over it.
Well, apparently on the Marvel website, the comic book store website, you can pre-order it, and it says available July 15th. So the date keeps moving. The date keeps moving. Like, I looked at it last week and it was August something. Now it's July. So I don't know if it's ever going to come out or what's happening with it. It's just, oh god.
What was I gonna say? Sorry. Somebody was sending something I'll read before we go off the air. My answer will be to be something different. I'll say America Chavez, because you'll have Latino groups come out and say what a stereotype she is, and then you'll have people like me say she's a fucking alien. Why would you make her stereotypical of bad Latino stereotypes? And Marvel will look like idiots, the idiots that they are.
That's a fair point. That's a very fair point.
Oh god. I don't know. I guess if they make a Captain Marvel 2 and even like quadruple down on what they're doing, that'd be even worse.
Agreed.
And it would be the movie that would make zero money as soon as it came out. There'd be all this hype for it and all this controversy for it and everything, and it would come out and make no money.
Our friend Joseph Pianowitz, thank you very much. Did everybody go? I didn't want to cut anybody off.
No, you're good, man.
We're
good. Yeah.
If it bleeds, we can kill it. What Lucas said after Kathleen Kennedy and Disney's Star Wars trilogy. I absolutely love Predator. We need to watch Predator together soon.
Mm-hmm. No, we do.
I think when we get together for our
film.
when we get together for our World Class Bullshitters retreat, obviously we have a lot of stuff to do and take care of, especially in light of all this new exciting stuff for the channel. But we will take at night. We'll sit down and we'll watch Predator and all these great movies and have really delicious, but not necessarily the most healthy dinners, like 12 cheesesteaks or something.
Oh, dude, I know, dude, I know the restaurants. I know where to go. I know where all the good places are. So, and the good thing is I know how to get around town really quickly with all the back roads. So that'll never be a problem. Yeah. So,
by the way, folks, in the chat, I guess Jesse and I are gonna have this debate: Stan Lee versus George Lucas over on her channel. Ooh. So the link is in the chat right now. You can. And we also have Sean Firefart, aka Big Boar. Go Big Boar, go home. He's going to join us over there. So we'll have some fun tonight. There'll be more than just the podcast. Speaking of more than just the podcast, after this,
folks, no matter what, take Jeff's side.
Yeah, always. It looks like I'm going to be debating Stan Lee, right, Jesse?
Yes, so.
I'll fight for Stan Lee. You fight for good old George Lucas. Tracer Bullet, that's a cool screen name. Is that Dick Tracy? No, it's not. Okay, anyway, favorite movie quote. You're so analytical. Sometimes you just have to let art flow over you. William Hurt, The Big Chill. Any of you guys seen that movie?
I haven't seen The Big Chill in fucking years. Jesus, I gotta watch that again.
Well, I think I need to too. William Hurt's Thunderbolt Ross. That's really all I know him from. So here's a question for you guys briefly. Who was a better Thunderbolt Ross, Sam Elliott or William Hurt?
Sam Elliott. That's damn near impossible to argue against Sam the Elliott. He just picked the wrong year to be in an Ang Lee film.
All right, excellent choice.
Yeah, Sam Elliott. There's nothing that guy does that isn't good. Our
friend Adam Walford says, and here we go. So that is his favorite Dark Knight quote.
It's a great line.
Our friend Mr. Insanity, that was a 2 guys. Mr. Insanity for 5 says, tell me something, my friend. Hear a dance with the devil in the pale moonlight.
My man.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's
good.
I wouldn't do it for the channel again because we've done it once or twice, so that's fine. But when we get together, I think Batman 89 is required viewing.
Goddamn right it is.
Listen, make a list and I'll acquire the movies. It'll happen.
Well, write down Predator and Batman, and make sure you don't write down the Predator because we will slap you.
Or the Batman. It won't be out yet.
Don't worry. I know which ones they are.
The Predator wasn't that.
Yeah.
bad.
What
if I show up and Nick's like, I got it, and it turns out to be the Predator instead of regular Predator, he's going to be Gomer Pyle from Full Metal Jacket. We will beating his asses with fucking bars of soap.
I love when you talk dirty to me, Kendo.
About to say, I was like, Nick might dig that shit. That might be the top of the
We
menu.
give Nick a blanket party. He don't need no Blue Chew.
Kendo, I've been in quarantine too long, buddy. Don't say things like that.
Spit on me. And
He's
call
like,
me your
I missed the
slave.
touch of any human at this point.
This is true. Don't do that to me.
As a quick aside, did you guys see that they're remaking Kung Fu with a woman this time?
Yep.
Yeah.
With
saw
an
that.
Asian chick, and it's gonna be on the CW.
CW.
Oh boy. Can't win.
Can't win. Now,
Seriously.
Dion, Nick, you guys are Supernatural fans. When I say Jared Padalecki, what comes to your mind?
Him getting drunk on an airline and being shitty to a stewardess and the internet fucking checking him, which makes me laugh every time I think about it.
Him in the remake of Bloody Valentine.
How do you feel?
Jared Padalecki was Friday the 13th.
Oh, sorry. I was
Jensen
gonna-
Ackles was Bloody Valentine.
Oh, I always get their names confused. Okay, Friday the 13th. Also,
the other white dude.
See, you got to specify the white dude. It was the tall one or the short one. I get that's how I know him. That's how I know him. Is it the tall one or the short one? All right, that's how I know him.
My man over here.
Well, how do you feel if he is all of a sudden the new Walker Texas Ranger?
Because
he is.
He for sure is.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. Just why can't they just come up with a different, like, cowboy cop show? Doing Walker, I don't. He doesn't know karate.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with MacGyver. Like he's like he's a young kid now. All of a sudden, it's fucking weird.
He has the look, but I don't want to see Jared Padalecki doing fucking roundhouse kicks. Like, just do a different cop show.
Okay, so Walker Texas Ranger, Cordell Walker is his actual name. He's supposed to be part Native American. I don't really look at Jared Padalecki and go,
Right.
No, he's part giant, dude. That guy's like 7 feet tall.
Which is so weird because, Jensen Ackles isn't that short. He's just as short compared to that guy.
Yeah, because he was what, third place for Captain America.
Yeah. It was there was a competition for that, and he was in running for it. But yeah, I mean, once again, remaking these shows, I don't think is ever a good idea. I mean, look at the shit that went down with Lethal Weapon. From the start, from the jump, it was cursed.
Yep.
They fired the guy in the third season. Then what's his name? Damian Wayans? No, Marlon. I forget who it is.
You're right, Damian
Wayans. Yeah, he comes out and says, "I'm tired of doing TV. I'm tired of doing all this stuff. I'm tired of the schedule. I got family, and I don't want to do this anymore." And then the fourth season's the last one, and then that's it. It just ends. And it wasn't really that good of a show to begin with. It wasn't that iconic, nor was it that fun. It was okay, and it was just kind of shitty. I mean, they went through all the tropes of all four movies in like the first season. It was weird and didn't make sense. Remaking these shows with these names. I mean, I understand they have like their IPs and they have name notoriety, but even Hawaii Five-0, nobody cared about that show. Nobody gave a shit about it.
Is it still on?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, to do these kind of shows just doesn't. I mean, who are you attracting? Especially Kung Fu. Like that show ended in like I want to say the mid '90s or even the early '90s.
No, the Kung Fu was a big thing in the '70s.
Yeah, it's David Carradine.
No. The Kung Fu show.
Yeah.
But it ended in the '70s. Jesus. All right, I'm way off. I'm way the fuck off.
They talk about it in the movie Office Space. Remember?
Holy shit. Never mind then. I'm way the fuck off.
Yep.
So I mean, it's just gonna be this hot young Asian chick just kicking shit all the time for 3 seasons.
By the way,
I mean,
wait, Nick, that was The Legend Continues, according to our friend Phil Arconis.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
there we go. I mean,
Yeah,
there was in the 90s.
Yeah, because I remember it being on TV every now and again, but yeah, it just seems weird to me. Like it just seems like they're trying to catch on these things, especially CW now since Supernatural's ending in this year. They gotta get that shit up because I mean they can't hold on to Archie any longer. Maybe 2 more seasons and it's gonna be over. All the other shows they have kind of suck and they don't have anything good to bring back or to be on there anymore. So I don't know because Netflix and everybody else is buying everything up, so they're kind of getting fucked.
By the way, I agree, Captain Winkster. There is nothing wrong with hot Asians or busty Asians.
No, nothing wrong
Only
with that
Nick
at all.
would say something like that.
No. I have nothing wrong with that at all. I'm just saying.
We got you on tape.
Oh, yeah, I know you do. That's fine. But yeah, I mean, it's just like it's gonna be for them trying to get that crowd of people who will watch the original Kung Fu show. It's not gonna mean shit to them. I mean, granted,
Yeah.
I'll watch all the time if she's kicking shit in the air and just half naked. That's fine.
Our friend Straight White Male has a question. Have you seen the 4K 77 project, the Star Wars theatrical 4K fan reel? I have heard about it. I have seen the Despecialized edition, and I know there's a new Despecialized edition coming out. But from what I've heard, Straight White Male, the 4K 77 has some possibly film damage or things that haven't been fully cleaned up. So if anyone wants to tell me where to find it or send us a copy or some shit to the P.O. box or something like that, I'd love to. I'd love to watch it and see it on a nice big TV and experience it. Just to say, hey, I mean, I want every cut of Star Wars possible. Preferably one more cut to fix all the bullshit special edition changes, but either way. Oh yeah, it's called the original. That's fine.
Yeah, there you go.
Modalicious says paint by numbers blockbusters. Still shit. They are.
Yep.
That's what Screen is. Macho Madness says, just Googled the cast of the Batman. Hard pass. McConaughey is Two-Face, though? Maybe. Everyone else? Nope.
I don't know. McConaughey as Two-Face sounds at least interesting to watch because I don't know. That piques my interest now. If he's going to be Two-Face, I'm just like, how is he going to do this?
I know.
All right. I'm going to flip this here coin, and then I'm going to get my Chrysler or whatever car it is
Lincoln.
I drive from them commercials. And
Lincoln, man.
I drive a Lincoln. So I'm driving my Lincoln. All right. I'm going to flip this here coin. If it lands on heads, you're going to die. All right.
Listen. He's Two-Face. He's allowed to switch cars every now and again. Okay, give him a break.
I'm gonna tell you right now, brother. The only thing that's fair in this life is chance.
So up next, we have our friend. I was reading more about the 4K 77 releases, folks. Sorry about that. And now YouTube wants to be stupid. Our friend Ninja Lawyer Steve, what's up, buddy? He sends in a giant $20 super check, guys. He says, all this fixation on gender equality, but one thing remains thoroughly lopsided. Transformation. If they truly cared about equality, then women would need to change into unholy abominations as well, and not just sexy cosplayers.
That's a true story. I mean, they should sit around drinking beer, watching football, and talking about girls too.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that statement, that sentiment.
Yeah.
Up next, I'm going to go get another beer in just a second, folks. Makini90, thank you very much. He says, if the Disney trilogy didn't exist, episode 2 would be the worst. But even then, it would still have good moments, and it wouldn't have done so much irreversible damage to the franchise like the Disney trilogy. I mean, I hate to say I keep agreeing with everybody, but I do feel the same way. I mean, briefly, I'll just say the opening to episode 2 is pretty awesome. The whole mystery element, the noir element with, trying to find the secret bounty hunter, how she gets, Zam Wessel gets killed, the chase through the underbelly of Coruscant's neat, and all the way till the, realistically, not until you have Anakin and Padme go off to Naboo, it doesn't really suck until then. That's when it
that movie dies hard on Naboo.
Yeah, it does.
We can keep it a secret.
Shit. I'm going to seduce you by using the Force to pick up fruit.
Not your titties, but this apple.
Yeah. The real amazing thing would be if he could just like finger bang her across the room, be like, "Wow, the Force can do that." Oh, Andy, look how big you become.
It's called the Force for a reason, baby.
Whoa, that's some kinky shit.
Oh shit! What have we become?
I I mean, slowly the best podcast on the internet.
Goddamn right, world class. Baby.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll second.
Let me
that.
give you some of this force, Padme. Ooh,
I'm gonna be honest. Yes. Padme Dice Clay or Annie Dice Clay. There we go.
Annie Dice Clay.
That's played by Gilbert Gottfried.
That is a skit that's going on the fucking website.
I'm putting this out there though, folks. If I had the Force, I would so abuse the fuck out of it. I wouldn't.
Who wouldn't?
I wouldn't kill people, but I would so use the Jedi mind trick to get people to buy my groceries or carry shit for me, or just all this terrible stuff. I'd be like, you.
Yeah.
I would just wait for the fucking Brinks truck to pull up and be like, I'm the person that's supposed to be receiving this package. Oh yeah, you're the one that's supposed to take this. This money is for me. This money is for you, sir. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you. Have a good day. And he walks off. I'm like, fucking A. $250,000. That's what I do. I just drive around fucking mind tricking Brinks drivers.
that's I agree. I would just I would make myself rich. I'd walk into a bank and be like, you want to open the vault, you want to do this, you want to do that, because eventually you don't even have to do the hand wave thing. It's just more of like a whatever. I would just be like, hi, you want to give me all the money in the bank? And everyone they would just be like, sure, sir. Use the Force to disable the cameras, and I have $3 billion in cash because I've robbed every bank, or I've walked into every bank and asked for money on the Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah.
That'd be the way to go, man.
Yeah.
Our buddy Adam Wofford, thank you very much, Adam. Adam says, Stanley, he made Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. That is far more important saying than the other sayings in pop culture and culture.
I don't know. I am the Senate is pretty powerful.
That whole line about sand is pretty goddamn iconic, all right?
I think we all know that it's treason then is the greatest line in all of movies.
That's true. Yeah. Or this is how democracy dies with thunderous applause.
I would argue, do it. That would be mine. Do it. Just do it.
How has Mountain Dew not incorporated that? Come on.
Just because of the way you have to say it, it sounds kind of creepy.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of things that are normal you can make sound creepy. You do a very good job of it.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's why I'm on the show.
Escamanofono, thank you very much. He says hi. Well, hi right back. Thank you very much for joining our Patreon and joining us here every week. TLJ Screwjump says, I wasn't kidding about you guys doing your worst movie streams, but I realize you don't know your worst movies despite watching The Last Jedi when it came out.
Dude, Terminator Dark Fate and The Last Jedi have really skewed our views on the worst fucking movies.
Yeah, add Mother to the list.
Jeez.
Yeah, Mother's the worst.
Hey, Jeff, have you watched Black Christmas yet?
No, because I'll tell you why I haven't later.
Okay, no, I'm just asking. No problem. No problem.
I'll watch it.
Okay, I'll send you the link then.
Okay, I will. I've been watching Garth Marenghi's Dark Place with Jesse.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a great show. Dion, do you remember that show? Tom used to watch it.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I couldn't remember where I knew the name from, but the minute you said Tom, I was like, "Yep, that was it."
That fucking guy. Anyway, moving on. Our friend TLJ.
I owe him an ass whooping.
He also says, and they can't be from the same franchise.
Ooh,
yeah. We'll sit down. Maybe we'll talk about that not briefly. We'll talk about that on After Hours a little bit too, because I do want to give you guys another long form movie stream. We got to figure out the theme of it, and if we're going to talk about worst movies, we'll break it down over there. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Escamanofono again says, "What's coming out first, New Warriors or New Mutants?" Well, the New Warriors the New Mutants got a release date.
Yep, in August.
Yeah, which will change in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, so the New Warriors has had a release date. It's been pushed back, but it's still out there.
Well, there's articles saying fans are skeptical about the release date. I've said it here on the channel countless times. This damn movie is never coming out. I don't care if Disney says, you know what? Move on. Was supposed to be out by now. Black Widow was supposed to be out by now. The world was supposed to be back to normal by now. And New Mutants was supposed to have been released 2 years ago. That shit's not happening ever.
I mean, like they have the VOD option. Why they haven't like pressed that button is beyond me. Just fucking do it,
money,
man.
They want that. They want that theater money, baby. You know,
who's going to pay money to go see the New Mutants?
Yeah, but to say it's been too long. There's too much controversy. Just get whatever money you can get out of it with VOD and get out, man. Because
at this point,
Guys, teenagers are dumb. The movie's aimed at teenagers. They want to get that sweet, sweet teenager pee money, son.
Well, then make a TikTok
At this
movie.
point, the only thing they're getting is like $50, and that's from us to go watch the movie to review it to talk about how terrible it was.
That's true.
That's it.
It probably is gonna be really bad too.
Friend Crazy Eyed Jedi says, congrats on reaching 160K. Crazy Eyed Jedi, thank you very much. It's good to have you here tonight, my friend. Here's another name we love to have around, Darth Fatass, who says, congrats.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. He says, says, congrats on 160K. How big is Batista's dick? Our friend Cinevereth653, thank you very much. He says, congrats on 160K subscribers. Keep up the good work. Cinevereth653, again, it's nice to see another familiar name in the chat. We will keep it up. We have a lot of cool stuff we're working on. Like I said at the beginning of the show, before we had everyone in here tonight, we are officially a business recognized by the government. World Class Bullshitters is an official entity. It's finalized. I got all the paperwork back. So now we can finally move into the next stage where we wanted to do the merch store and all that stuff. We are the real deal. So
I'm just looking forward to my title.
You'll get a cool one. You'll be Grand Overlord of the Midwest.
Fucking A. I'll take it. On a business card. On a business card that slays Poon from here to fucking Chicago.
The thing is, all you got to do is you guys can come up with your own titles. I'll pay for the business cards. It'll be a business expense. I'll send you guys boxes of your own business cards. We'll personalize them with World Class Bullshitters and all that shit.
Well, I mean, I've already got I already know it. So if you're the president and CEO, but you're also like the president of the Western region, Dion gets the North, I get the Central, and Nick gets the South.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
That's completely fine.
Yeah, so I'm the co-vice president and president of the Central region.
And as long as I get head of security on mine too underneath that, I'm great.
Oh yeah. That's what we should do. We should just go fucking ridiculous with the number of titles we have.
Yeah,
it should be like it should be like Triple H and WWE. We got like 85 different fucking job titles.
Security directors, to be specific.
Yes,
That's gonna be a very people are gonna have to have a magnifying glass to read all the jobs they have on their business card.
right. We talk about the alphabet people. We're gonna be like the alphabet people, but of business shit. It's gonna be like CFO, LFO, LMAO. Be like, oh yeah, I'm all these things.
And then finally, we have our friend TLJ Screwjob. Oh, no, sorry. Straight White Male first says Nick DiPaolo owns Dice, best anti-PC comic. I need to listen to more of that dude. I know who he is.
Mhm.
So I just, I don't really know a lot of his work off the top of my head, but I'll check him out. Always down for a good laugh. We always watch stand-up when we're together, guys.
Yep.
Always.
We do, literally every time.
Yeah.
Our friend TLJ Screwjob says, oh, congrats on 160K. Sorry for almost forgetting. Well, TLJ Screwjob, thanks for joining us tonight, man. That's all that matters. We're all here. Andrew Clark has a question. Thoughts on Raising Dion? Dion, since you're Dion, what are your thoughts on Raising Dion?
I haven't watched that movie, but I've gotten asked this 80 million times since it came out. I got the real Dion. I watched his motherfucking ass be birthed. He ain't got no superpowers. He's a smart ass, and he won't do his fucking homework. That's all I got to say about it.
And then finally, Rin Wesley says, how long before we get a documentary on the Star Wars sequel fiasco? Maybe we should just make it. Nick, you're a filmmaker.
Yeah,
we know filmmakers. Jesse went to school for filmmaking. We know tons of actors and shit. Let's make it ourselves one day.
Yeah, fuck it, man. I'm down.
It'll
Might
be
as well.
we'll make we have the connections now. We'll all go out and do that shit. We'll make it ourselves.
We have
And
the
so-
technology. We can rebuild it.
We have the technology. Kenneth LaRock, thank you very much. He says 160K down, next stop 200K. Yeah, at the rate we're gaining, yeah, that'll be definitely this year. We're just going to keep pumping out the content left and right. So, folks, I think it is the perfect time to end tonight's show. I want to thank everyone for joining us here on World Class Bullshitters, episode 219, our 160,000th subscriber special. We hit that number last night. It was awesome. The only thing that sucked is everyone was asleep, so I was so excited and no one to share it with, but that's okay. Well, yes, Jesse was there.
Well, you shared
But-
it with me when you were still awake and I was getting up to go to work.
Oh, shit, you were going to work that early?
Yeah, because you were still awake at like 2:30 in the morning. I was like, hey, Jeff's still awake. Why is he still awake? Wait, why am I awake? Oh, yeah, I'm going to work.
The funny thing is I've been trying to go to bed earlier to get up earlier. but it hasn't necessarily been working. So I've just been getting up earlier and not sleeping as much, and I'm kind of meh. So it doesn't matter. It's been worth it. It's been so much fun. So I just want to, again, thank everybody for being with us on this journey. Again, the journey's not nearly over. I mean, we've been here longer than anyone else in the Fandom Menace. This will be our 5th year this October 21st. That is our anniversary date. But there's no signs of slowing down. We love it. We love doing it. We got all kinds of new exciting things coming your way, projects. Next year will be our Fandom Menace convention, more comics, stuff like that. So just be on the lookout for us all the time. I'm going to try to have something prepared, possibly for Saturday, if not Monday, because I have some stuff to do this weekend personally. But just be on the lookout for all the content here on World Class Bullshitters. And remember, folks, next week we have the High Council on Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. Pacific. There will not be a show on Tuesday. I just want to let everyone know one more time, because I don't want people to text me, Jeff, where's the High Council on Tuesday? Where's the High Council? Are you not having the High Council? No, we are having the High Council on Thursday to accommodate our European guests, because realistically, we can't have the show on Tuesday and then have it again on Thursday, because what are we going to talk about? I don't want to have overlap. So again, those guests will be Mahler, Andre from Midnight's Edge, as well as the Critical Drinker, and possibly one more guest. I got to reach out, but it'll be a mostly European edition of the show. It'll be Tom and myself, possibly Mecca if she's awake. If not, we'll be fine, but Mecca, we'd love to have you as well. So, folks,
Jeff, I have something to tell you. You're still going to make that announcement on Tuesday.
I guess I am, because everyone's going to ask. You remember the days when we get 12 messages? You were hosting the High Council. Where's the High Council?
Yeah. Oh no. Because I was because I'm manning Twitter. I get that all the time. It's like, what's happened to the High Council? It's Tuesday. It's just like, he told you last week. Why there wasn't an episode this week? Like, what's going on?
My favorite ones are like, Jeff, where's the High Council? I'm like, I'm live right now. Because people will message me. They're like, oh, you're not in my feed. I'm like, I can't help that part.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Nick,
we
you
don't have that much control yet.
Yeah. Well, some of these people aren't trolling us. They're just legit people that don't know it's up. So I'm always like, oh, here's the link. Don't worry. We're already live. Yeah. So, Nick, you don't have anything to share, correct?
I don't have anything to share. Yeah.
All right. So from all of us here at World Class Bullshitters, thank you. Good night. And remember, folks, a bukkake is technically a baby shower.
Whoa!
Yeah, true story.